Yeah, I got when I got mine. Wasn't hot when I got signed. Fucking not what I want, but I stack what I want till I'm back on the right side. Back on the west. Manned up, took a slap on the chest. Running yaps, motherfucker been attached. Motherfucker, 3 fingers, let me rap where the best fly. Look at me, I'm treading through the city. Who you know do it better in the city. Who you know moving cheddar in the city. Stewing bread in the city. 2 ahead, you ain't with me. Doors too open for the kid now. Poor sitting goals for the rich now. Motels turn to this, I'm rich now. Shit, let me miss out. Baby, how you been? I'm sorry that you missed out. You with a rapper now, huh? He a copy. Look at me, then look at his style. Book of history, I've been in now. You see up on my social that I'm in town. And it ain't coincidental that I see every time you've been rolling through the spot that you in now. Listen how this pen sound. I've been zoning through the city, man, it's LA life been good to me. Been good to me. Seeing where I live now, man, this fan been hood to me. Said I could real shit. That I would real shit. Said I stand real shit. Motherfucker, so I stood real quick.
Every time I think I gotta go, cause if you see, then you gotta know, bitches, they only care about the flow, come on, you know how the story go. This the shit that never ran and they always pretending, acting kinda sinning. They mind what I'm bending, just imagine like Lennon that we living like long division. My vision is risen, shout out my homie in prison. Shit is deeper than an incision on the lower level. Word of the devil, I can feel the trouble inside, telling me what to do, I never abide. Feel the vibe, the second we ride, you know just how to do it. My style, they can never renew it, I bet they know it. Every time I think I gotta go, cause if you see, then you gotta know, bitches, they only care about the flow, come on, you know how the story go, every time I think I gotta go, cause if you see, then you gotta know, bitches, they only care about the flow, come on, you know how the story go,
She came with a couple of friends, tell them to come on in. I was wondering, do you need someone to fill you in? On the reg, nigga, don't give no fuck about when you mad at me. I'm hitting that pussy, stand up on the wall like ain't no gravity. King Chip is what? Good observation. He gon' keep living while you keep observating. Is that even the word? No, but is you hating? Language is the art, so when I talk, I'm creating a whole new way to live, way to think, way to feel. And let these bitch ass niggas know they fuck with me, they gon' get killed. They gon' run, put that on my son, nigga, don't get no fuck. All the nigga know is bad luck, bad luck. Know a nigga getting to these ends while I can, though. Working towards more happiness than I can handle. Light a candle, South Africa at the Saxon.
Welcome to the GRG podcast, where you get all the latest gaming news, hot topics, and more. With guest Triple Cup Chuck, Live Wires Gaming, 108 Dragons TV, Bloody Knuckles, Operations Ops 100, live, and your host K Mega 405. The GRG podcast
starts right now.
Too, bro. K Mega at.
I couldn't get you no gameplay because where I was at.
The green machine, that's what it is.
Black and green, yeah, I think that.
Happy Friday, family and friends. I've been playing a little bit of everything, finishing up Detroit Becomes Human, playing that new update for
Yo, bro,
Gears
I'm gonna
5.
tell you this right now. You ain't got no room to talk about fucking mics when your shit sound bad.
Oh boy.
What?
Wow.
Re- relax, okay? You and your feelings about your mic.
You buy
Yeah,
that
relax.
$20
Don't
mic from
do it.
Walmart, come in here talking trash. Man, get your ass up out of
That's
here.
what I'm telling him.
I'm talking about you.
I don't have no $20 mics around here. Yeah, it's probably because I was
Turn down the gain if that's possible.
oh, okay. How about that? Sound a little better? All right, cool. So yeah, just playing that, playing some waiting on my Paper Mario to come in. That's what I'm
Don't you
excited
just go in the
for.
room and draw it and act like you playing it with your Wiimote.
Nah, bro. I need to
It's
feel it.
Joy-Con.
I need to record it, and I want to put some gameplay up so K Mega can put my gameplay up. I be like missing my gameplay. I was out. I was out of town, so I couldn't get it to you, but I will.
I did not ignore you. Stop it. You were not ignored.
You see dead
Talk
people.
about. There we go.
I'm almost done. You know, I got a lot of stuff to move, but you know, I'm taking my time. I want stuff placed. I already can't find 2 wires. Somebody dropped my 4K Blu-ray player today and broke the door off. Not happy. But
Ah, shit, damn.
Yeah, I'm not really happy. but life is good. I've been, you know, today I moved early in the morning, so I got a lot of Call of Duty and get that double XP weekend weapon and experience. Yeah, man, I'm ready to do the show, man. I know I've been missing a couple. You know what I'm saying? I don't like missing my Fridays, but we got some great topics. I can't wait to hear about this Xbox Green Life. We about to get it done. Y'all don't need to hear him. Lemon's here. Lemetius is here.
He's saying the old geezers are here, so we getting dusty and crusty up in this bitch, apparently.
I'm double your age means double the experience. Shut your ass up.
Also means double the foot in the grave.
Oh.
Well, you probably just put one up in there acting like this. It's not good for
You know what? You heard this nonsense?
All right, so okay. Here we go. Here you go. I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm doing all this talking. Was talking smack, and only people can hear me. All right, we good. My bad. All right. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we heard Lemon. We don't need to hear him no more. All right, so let's go to 100. What's happening with you, 100? What's happening? And you know what? And y'all didn't even hear what I had to say in the introduction, which was my fault. So as I said, listen, if you guys are claiming yourselves to be real gamers, then I expect every last one of you that's listening, not only here live, but later on during the week, you better pre-order Bug Snacks. If you do not, then your gaming card will be revoked. game. You know what I'm saying? Game card revoked. Bug Snacks for the win. All right, 100. I know you're going to get Bug Snacks day one. Are you not?
Hell no.
No, man. All right.
Keep that Bug Snacks.
All right.
No, My Little Pony.
Bug Snacks for the win.
Bug Snacks for the win, bro.
Hey, 100. Don't act brand new. You know
You know you want that Bug Snacks. You want to ride. You want to have a pack of ribs just running around into a grill, and then it pops out, and then whatever else happens, I don't know. But whatever, man.
Oh boy, that's right.
You know what? He might not have time for Bug Snacks because he big pimping.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's found himself on the internet dating sites now. Okay, I forgot. All right, he's out there in them real life streets right now. Yeah. Mr. Tinder. All right. Okay. Get it. Get your Tinder on.
Sorry, Juan. I'm sorry.
So what's going on, 100? What games you been playing other than Tinder?
Man, what games I'm playing? I'm over here playing. I got playing everything. I'm playing the new little basketball, like NBA Jams.
Mm-hmm. That's it? NBA Jam?
No, I'm playing like what's that? Cold something. I'm playing.
Cold Vein.
I've been playing a bunch of indies.
Cold Vein. Cold what?
No, Cold. I can't do it because I'm playing Madden. I was bring it up, but I'm playing Madden.
That shooter game. That's like an indie game.
But
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to play everything, man. I'm playing everything. You know, I got to play my Madden. You know what? Something that I've never played before and I've been playing, I'm kind of enjoying them. I went the Crisis 1.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did see you post a picture of Crisis 1. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I got back into playing some Destiny for the first time in a long time. It was pretty crazy, man. I know Xbot is excited about that because he just hopped in out of nowhere. I don't see Bot that much during the week. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, I'm in here and I'm playing against somebody, and then I hear that, hey, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I said, I know Bot ain't in my head. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, hey, man, I see you playing Destiny. I said, so how you spying on me now? What the hell is going on here? So anyway, it seems like it's a little call. Like if Destiny is somewhere out, like Bot got like bat ears and he just want to just come in and help you. So, but big shout out to my boy Xbox448 for that. But anyway, let's get back on Bloody Knuckles. Are you ready? What's going on, man? What games you playing?
Well, man, I've been playing a lot of Ace Combat 7 lately, man. I was like, so.
Bravo. Good choice.
I've been playing the hell out of that.
Yes, it is. Fuck you.
I was really, really enjoying Ace Combat. Like I said last week, and I showed y'all in the DMs, I did my 100% in Yakuza 0 and started Yakuza
Yes, you did.
Kiwami.
Congratulations.
And
Nobody cares.
Yeah. And then I started playing
That's too much reading, man. Where the action at? It's too much reading. I tried to play that earlier this week.
Oh,
Where the
apparently you
action
didn't
at,
try
brother?
hard enough. Oh, there's plenty of it. Apparently you just wasn't watching. I was like, because I was getting.
What you mean I wasn't watching? I'm playing it.
Bloody don't have to read. He understands Japanese.
But Bloody reads it to the people that he streams to. Like he reads every bit of dialogue. It's pretty fascinating. It's pretty fascinating. And then he also acts it. So it's pretty crazy. And big shout out to the lurker. You know what I'm saying in here. I know there's a big Bloody fan up in Twitch. Appreciate you coming in here. And my boy Core. And of course everybody over here, the family over here at on YouTube. Thank you guys for coming and stopping by. And also if you could, share this out. Let everybody know that we're live. But yeah, no, Bloody, that's pretty fascinating because there's no way, especially sometimes, I'm just like, man, I'm just trying to get through this. I ain't trying to read all this. I'm just trying to get through it. So yeah, I gotta.
Well, if you don't read in Yakuza, you won't know the story.
Well, no, I read, like, I'll just sit there and read, but Bloody will read it for the people who
out loud, right? He does. I like that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing that a lot of people that watch the streams that told me that they enjoy is the fact that I get real into the voice acting of it, so I kind of go over the top, but they enjoy it because it gives them a different feel. So I like to get a little bit into it. I like to entertain the people. That's what it's about. No, gotta do it. So it's a little bit fun. I like to do things a little bit different. But I've been playing that, and then of course this morning I was streaming that Ghost of Tsushima, and I was actually enjoying it.
Yeah,
it's The story's really good. I'll say this. The story's really good.
You must not have looked at the list. We'll talk about that here as the first topic. So we'll just go ahead.
Let him go first.
But well, I gotta get. I'll let him go first. I'm gonna let you go. So
get him out of the way.
I was like, but I've been playing a mix of things. So like I said, I finished up Yakuza 0 and started Kiwami. Did Ace Combat, did that, and then I also been finishing up Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and getting ready for all the games that are gonna be coming out later. I was like, especially since the fact that they announced that Kiwami 2 is coming out at the end of the month. So, you know, nice. Good stuff.
No doubt. So, yeah, no, we'll definitely come to you first to talk about Ghost of Tsushima. And
I'll be back tomorrow.
I'll be back tomorrow. And then last but not least, Six Layer, what's up with you, bro, man? You ready? You primed? You drunk enough liquids and everything? Because a couple of times that I catch you, you know, you be...
Get ready to make sure I don't have that.
Literally just got a mouth full of spit, just dry. Like this boy, like that boy needs some kind of moisture in his mouth. But anyway,
pause.
Big pause.
Okay, anyway, go ahead. What's up, Slayer? What games you been playing, brother?
Wow.
Damn. Everybody in the chat, take a deep breath. Damn.
All I said was moisture, man. Come on.
Don't repeat that. Don't repeat it.
Get your mind out the gutter, bro. Come on.
Oh, man. We left 15 minutes in.
I know we just get started, but we don't even have live wire yet. Anyway, go ahead, brother.
Left into a solid wall. God damn. But anyway, yeah, man. What's up, friends and family, everybody else? What's up? Lady, what have I been playing? Oh, I've been playing Doom Eternal some more and Horizon Vanguard. I mentioned those two last week, but this week something new. I've been playing Bloodstained 2, a little retro style game. Very, very, very good. Much better than the first one. But if you ever played and beat the first one, like the angle they're taking on this, like plot wise and character wise, is kind of weird because that shouldn't be possible. But long story short, great game.
Doesn't it have all the characters from like Bloodstained in there?
Yeah, right. And that's not supposed to be possible. Let's just say I don't want to spoil nothing. That's not supposed to be possible no matter how you beat the first game. But yet and still, here it is in the second one. And at the same time, I can't really knock that. I mean, it makes the games better. You know, the fact that all those characters return.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt. All right.
That's what I've been playing.
Cool. As for me, like I said, I've been going busting my head on Destiny, and then of course I've been playing a little bit of this, which is what you see right now, Gaijin 3. From a Chinese developer, man, game is really hot.
It's on PC, right?
Yeah, that's on PC. It's coming to Xbox. Well, I don't know if Gaijin 3 is coming to Xbox, but I know that the Wind did. Dang it, I forgot the name of the new game that they just made, which looks better than this. It just dropped about a week ago.
And these are indie titles too.
Yeah, and they're just showing
small
you where
developers.
Indies is well, they're actually kind of grown. Because they're not a Japanese company, they're a Chinese developer, and so they're trying to get on the scene, get their games out. But Xbox is going to get their latest game. I hope they get this one too, because this one is really dope. But anyway, I've been playing Destiny, playing Halo 5, race to 152. And then, you catch me on streaming, doing my thing out there, man, acting a nut. So, but anyway, let's get to it. Very first topic. Let's knock it out. So, let's talk about Ghost of Tsushima, and then we'll talk about the DualSense right after that. I want to get everybody's thoughts on that. So, let me ask, who has played Ghost of Tsushima yet? Let me hear a yay or a nay.
No, I ain't playing that.
Okay.
Nope. Only you and Bloody.
Okay, so only me and Bloody. All right, so that's good. So I could just take away everybody else. All right, Bloody, go first. What was your initial thoughts of playing Ghost of Tsushima right off the bat? Give me your pros and cons, bro.
Hold on, my Uber just came. I'll be right back. Sorry, Bloody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bloody, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, shut your mouth. I was like, what he's trying to say is that by the time I finish, you'll already be in Texas. That's what he's trying to get.
Damn.
But no, so far, I love the story. I love the setup. I love the premise and how they're kind of talking about it, because everyone knows I'm a big history fan. I was like, it's one of my biggest things that I loved about the Assassin's Creed series. The combat is interesting. I do like the way that it plays out, but there are still certain parts there are certain aspects of it that can definitely be refined. One of my biggest gripes is the fact that because there's no lock on, the camera is all over the place. So sometimes, especially when you go in doing the samurai style instead of doing the ghost, you're going to be swarmed by multiple enemies. And because of the fact that when you start fighting one, the camera slowly starts to turn towards you a bit, it ends up being too far away, and the camera tends to just kind of start swiveling all over the place. And since there's no lock on, you're constantly having to fight multiple enemies at the same time and move the camera to be able to see everything that's going on. And that is a big hindrance when you're trying to manage 8 to 9 different people and they're all rushing you at the same time. Other than that, the level up system is very, very interesting. I do like how some of the level ups and the different moves have different styles and aspects. I do like the different stances and how you unlock those beating bosses. A lot of it's just really good, and the game is very beautiful. It is very, very beautiful. The biggest thing that I noticed is that there's no real significant difference between the frame rate mode and the resolution. So you're better off just playing in the higher resolution. From what I saw, and I have the PS4 Pro. But other than that, I am really enjoying the game a lot. So Sucker Punch absolutely did a good job. I did find a few hiccups in the combat. Is that sometimes enemies that are standing still, you will be attacking, and your character Jin will kind of just like swing all over the place and not be locking onto them. And it happened a few times while I was streaming it. And I'm just like, okay, this definitely needs a little bit of a touch up. But for the most part, it wasn't bad. It's a solid game.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
no, I said cool. It was funny.
You went to the bathroom. Thought you still gonna be talking when you get back?
No. I went in there and talked to my to my wife's friend, and then I was asking for
same difference.
A snow cone.
Good job, Bloody.
I was asking where my snow cone was, and they said you get your own. I said, well, what's going on? I said I wanted my tiger's blood, but really I told them beforehand I didn't want one, but I was just giving them a hard time. And so I said, well, I'll go get one. And so I said, you can go ahead and host the show. I said, shit, I'll boost some ratings. They'll hear a female's voice on here, so you go ahead. So she started laughing. But anyway, but no, I was listening to everything that Bloody was saying, somewhat. What'd you say, Bloody? No, I'm just messing with you. I heard everything you said, bro. For me, like, I agree pretty much what Bloody was saying, but especially with the combat. The combat is cool. It's just that sometimes you get those characters that just kind of stand still, and then the person will just start swinging all over the place. Now, I did run into a hiccup. It was some kind of weird glitch. I was running up the hill. I'm glad I was recording gameplay, because, you know, people would have just said I'm just making it up and I'm lying. So I was like, oh, let me just show this and ask if anybody have seen this. And of course, the first thing that people want to say, oh, why do you hate PlayStation? It's not because I don't hate PlayStation. I'm just saying, damn, bro, it's a glitch. Did anybody figure it out? Because it happened to me twice. I died twice, and it still happened. But then after the third time, it reset and it worked. But I was running up the hill. It was right in the point where you start running into the enemies that can start throwing stuff at you. And right before you got to the main boss, like, you know, before you had that first encounter with the main boss on that bridge, and so it was a wall, and I was trying to get up there, and he wouldn't go there. It was just like an invisible wall, and you just couldn't run up there. And so people was like, oh, the frame rates is bad. And I'm like, I'm not talking about the frame rates or anything like that. I'm just talking about that there was this invisible wall. Did anybody see it or whatever? But that was and it, like I said, it happened to me twice within that little sequence, but in that same spot. But it buffed itself out after I died the second time, and then everything worked fine. But the combat where the guy's swinging all over the place when somebody's being still, that gets a little annoying, because sometimes that can put you, if it's more than 3 enemies on the screen, then that could get you led up and get you caught, especially if you get attacked by the guy with the spear. If you get hit with the guy with the spear, that's going to really take off a lot of energy. So, so
you're saying you're not no Ryu Hayabusa? You can't take on massive ninjas?
No, you can. No, and it's got a cool system. I mean, how you block, you parry, things like that. It's cool. It's just that they have a weird lock-on system, and I seen that they were just trying to do something different, to where you move your analog stick to the person, and then instead of just doing the traditional lock on, and so sometimes it kind of goes batty, and you'll catch yourself doing extra swings in just midair instead of attacking the enemy. Or if you have attacked the enemy and killed them, and if you're still like tapping the button because you don't know how many attacks that it takes, then you're still kind of swinging. It's kind of weird. But other than that, no, the game is beautiful graphically. Is it the best looking game I've ever seen? No, but it's really, really good. It's definitely one of the best Japanese looking games that I've seen. It's really, really cool. Seemed like the story is set to be really, really good. And the one thing that I did, because I was messing with it a little bit, was between the Japanese voice and the American voice, but the lips on the Japanese voice looks like it just doesn't match. It's crazy.
Because the game is an American game.
Right.
Yeah, it's not synced.
Yeah, it's not
synced to English. They said
Yeah, but they probably did the game in English because it's made from English people, and they dubbed it in Japanese.
Yeah,
that's exactly
what I'm saying, because that's not made by a studio from Japan.
Well, yeah,
it's the reverse.
I get it, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, I was like, damn, the mouth animations for English is perfect, but for the
because it's made in America. But you know what? I ain't mad.
No,
I'm tired of looking at their movies, and when they English, it can't work anyway. But I ain't mad.
But no, I mean, I think it's, I can understand, because when you get into the open world aspect, you start figuring some stuff out. I do like the save feature, kind of like where you're looking and you kind of make like little phrases when you get to, when you see the tree.
Are you talking?
Yeah.
Oh, the haiku.
Yeah, the haiku. That's dope. I do like that.
You know, one of the things that I really liked, speaking of,
yeah,
is that I liked how they kept the HUD minimalistic. I like how they kept it very, very minimal.
Yeah.
They kept it clean. And I know that they mentioned how they weren't going to have any sort of waypoint markers or anything like that. I like the way that they did it instead, is that whenever you go into the pause menu and set up a waypoint or a destination on your map, in the pause menu, instead of there being just like a waypoint all the way out in the distance that you would look for, similar in other games, is that you would actually swipe up with the touchpad and it would actually create a winds that you can actually see that'll point you in the direction of where you need to go. I like the way that they use that as a mechanic to kind of keep everything from crowding the HUD and use an in-game way to guide you towards your objective. I do like that. I thought that was very clean.
Yeah, no, I like that too. That is that's a perfect way. Go ahead.
Let me get to that super chat. Thank you with that gracious $5 super chat from Inferno Lock. Ghost of Tekashi 6ix9ine feel like a Japanese Assassin's Creed.
That was what I was going to end it with. It was saying that.
Yeah, it seems like that, and that's not even a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It plays absolutely kind of just like Assassin's Creed Origins.
I just hope that Assassin's Creed Japan is actually better than this.
Yeah, because you know what, I don't have any faith in the fact of it's going, because I mean, from reading the reviews and stuff like that, people are saying it's kind of, once you get deeper into the world, and like me, I like to kind of venture off way somewhere I don't need to be. And,
yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, and just to do something wild, just to see how it plays out. And it seems like you're going to do a lot of the same things over and over again. So basically, if you're one of those people that want to kind of jump into the world, kind of bounce in, bounce out to kind of to build up your level, but kind of stay on the path, I think that the experience is going to be really good for you. But if you're somebody like me, maybe even Bloody, that kind of like that likes to get deep into the game and try to see if you can find different lore and stuff like that, it could probably get a little boring, because you're going to be doing the same thing over and over again. It doesn't seem like it has a lot of depth in that already from just a few hours that I play it. Now, I'm going to stream it tonight after GRG, and I'm going to start over from scratch. So I hope you guys check me out on Twitch tonight for doing that. But I definitely, but I mean, I enjoy the game. I think the game is definitely a must buy, especially if you are into Samurai Lore, stuff like that. I think this is the game that was on my radar, not The Last of Us 2. So so if you are interested in it, I mean, the mechanics feels good. I mean, of course, you know, if you're in that 60 frame, 30 frame per second thing, I don't even know why you even been saying that because all PlayStation games are all 30 frames per second. But it seems like it's got a cool story, got a cool premise, and it's a beautiful looking game, man. So I mean, yeah, it's a definite buy. It's a cool way for PlayStation to go out with a new title. With a new IP like that, I think it's got some legs. I really do. What do you think, Bloody? Before we get off to the next topic,
I kind of agree. It is a very fun game. It has a very unique story. And it is just a very pretty. It really shows what they were able to kind of push out for the graphics on their console. So I think it really is a great way for them to kind of end the generation and kind of be their last big exclusive for the PS4. Yeah. I really agree that it's a really good swan song to end out on.
No doubt.
Y'all know that story is generally true about Genghis Khan taking over Tsushima Island.
Oh well, yeah, because it's Mongolian.
That's based off a true story, not the game itself, but you know, it's based off something that happened in history.
Right.
Yeah. No, the Mongol invasion that was during the Mongol expansion of the empire when they were invading China and they were trying to expand out into Japan as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's the first island they took when they tried to go into Japan. That's the first island they took.
Because you have Tsushima
little
and
history lesson from teacher Lemetius.
I think it's Tsushima Island and Okinawa Island. Yeah, Tsushima and Okinawa are some of the smaller islands off the mainland Japan. I was like, so those are some of the first islands that have been hit by the Mongol invasion.
Yeah, yep. No doubt about it. All right, and please, I loved this trailer to Samurai to what is the name of this damn game right here? Shadow Warriors 3. Man, Sir X-Man would be pleased. I hope he's seen this. This looks amazing. I can.
Yo, Shadow Warriors is over the top, and I loved what they did with the first one.
It's a dope ass game, man. It's really
good. The second one was not as good as the first one, but it was still enjoyable, and I do like the fact that it was co-op. So I'm really looking forward to how they're doing this one because it obviously has Doom inspiration, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Because the fact that people don't realize is that when you look at the original like big first-person shooters on the PC back in the day, you know, you had Doom, you had Shadow Warrior, and then you had Duke Nukem. I was
Don't forget Quake.
Quake. But
that's who started that.
Well, that one really helped to build the like competitive arena. But when you look at like the three that were like very popular for single player and stuff like that, those were the big three. Those were the ones. Especially since you look at Doom kind of being the progenitor and kind of redefining first person shooters on PC back in the day.
Yeah, and that's the thing to me about this is that because it doesn't have that ultra realistic look. It's almost kind of that comic-y look, but it looks so good. That's why I'm like, man, people got to stop drilling off of that notion that like only games need to look a certain type in order to be a so-called banger. But anyway, let's get to the next part of this topic, and that is the DualSense. And we don't have to be long on it because I don't know how many.
Please
people,
don't.
Yeah,
please.
We don't have to be long because I'm not. I'm just going to make my point right away. It was really interesting. Let's just put it that way. So let me go to you, 100. Did you get a chance to see Jeff Keighley with the DualSense earlier?
Yeah, I saw that, man.
What did you think, man? What did you think? I mean, what did you think about the game?
I never saw the flow. He over here blowing into the damn controller. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I don't know. What?
No pause for him.
I never think that you will showcase a controller. They showcased that control. You were showcasing that controller like it was a console. I know it's not a whole lot of news over there, but you could have showcased a game, a real game. Don't showcase that game now. I guess it's built in the PlayStation 5. That was a very bad way to showcase the quote unquote haptic feedback, rumbles in the control in the triggers. It almost put us to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I was with my coworker and he was like, man, I want to see what you be watching sometime. And he was like, That's all they talking about is a controller. I said, yeah. And it was like it was supposed to be a big thing. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, do it look better than the other controllers? Yeah. That white gonna get dirty real quick. Trust me, I got 2 white controllers. You better keep you some alcohol pads around so you can clean it on the regular. But thing about people was hyping it up on interweb and it was like it was the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm glad the homie King David told him prompt day breaks.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's very interesting. Let me go on to the next person. Slayer, what did you think about that? Did you get a chance to see the Jeff Keighley presentation of the DualSense?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And what'd you think?
Oh my gosh, you smell that?
Oh,
that smells like desperation.
Oh, come on now.
Like, really? Nah. Come on, man. Listen, I mean, I figured this thing would have been like 5-10 minutes, real quick. You know, They show up the controller. These are the features. You know, quick demo of how it applies in a new game, or you know what I'm saying? Like these rumble triggers. Oh, you can feel blah blah blah, like the texture and where you're driving in Dirt 5, let's say. Okay, fine, boom. 5 or 10 minutes. This I did not expect, and at the same time, I should have expected it all along. Like Jeff Keighley, man. Why don't you just come out and say it? Who you with and who you're not? Because we see it. It's just like too much. And it's not that there's even anything wrong with that, but like you're supposed to be impartial. What part of this was partial? It just like I don't understand. They didn't show us anything we didn't already know with this controller. The controller looked better than the previous. I mean, it's not wrong with the controller. It's not a knock on the controller at all. It's just the way they presented it. It seemed desperate. Like, I don't get it. I was so disappointed in the presentation, not the controller. The controller looks, you know, great. Frankly, that's all I gotta say on that.
All right. Let me go to UPK. What do you think about? Did you get a chance to see the presentation from Jeff Keighley?
Yeah. So, I guess there's a couple things, right?
Everybody sounds confused. That's what's boggling me right now.
Well, I mean, what he was doing was
man. It's just like I'm at a loss for words.
So basically, he was showcasing features of the controller that was already done before on Nintendo products. I mean, and then he photobombed it and put it up on his Twitter page with 18 shots of the controller, like it's a person. That's what's weird about it. As far as the features, blowing in the mic and all that stuff, that's been done before. It is a feature that will not get used. Trust me. Nintendo's been doing it for years.
Oh, like the touchpad?
Yes, it's not going to be. It's really stupid to put your controller near your face to blow. I mean, I guess that's cool, but it's not because it's been done before. It's nothing new. Those features that even the triggers are already on the Xbox. Those triggers, those feedback triggers we have them on the Xbox controllers. We already know what they feel like. That's nothing new. Everything that he showcased, it may be new for PlayStation guys. I guess
it's definitely new for them.
But it's not new under the sun. All those things, even the haptic feedback, that's a Nintendo feature. Come on, man. Most of that is a Nintendo feature. Most of those things were already in the controls, the 3DS, the 2DS, the Wii U. I just don't see why you get excited for something that's been around forever. It's nothing new. The controller is a controller. I'm with 100. Let's see something beyond a controller. I've never seen nobody take 18 pictures of a controller and post it on a Twitter like it's a person. I've never seen that. I just think that's weird. Like,
yeah, it was a little odd.
Almost like he was too excited because it was a controller he can blow on.
Oh man.
No, we doing that. 'Cause that's where I'm going.
Okay,
We
so
doing that.
so I'm gonna go to you last then. So I'm gonna go to Bloody again. Bloody, what was your thoughts? Did you get a chance to see the Jeff Keighley presentation for the DualSense?
Yeah, I watched it, and
everybody has this sense of confusion. Golly, people in the
wasn't,
chat.
It wasn't confusion. It was just it was more of a sense of this man's really getting this excited.
Yeah.
Over a controller. Like it's like he had to over explain what adaptive triggers are. Something that we've had all generation on the Xbox.
Oh, wait, I know what it is. He's a bad salesman. That's what it is.
No, he ain't a bad salesman. He's a used car salesman, right? He's trying to make it seem like it's nicer than it is. Here's the thing, right?
Oh, wow. That's damn. Wow.
Like, let me explain, right? The speaker and the controller. Cool. They barely use that on the PlayStation 4 controller as it is. There's 3 games that I saw that I've played on my PlayStation 4 that they used that, and it was kind of dumb. You know what games that were? Was The Last of Us Remastered. When you picked up one of the audio recording collectibles and you played it, it would play through the speaker on your controller. So you had to sit there and put the controller next to your ear to hear it. You couldn't even hear it through the TV. No, you had to actually listen to it through the controller.
Right.
The other one is in infamous Second Son. Whenever your phone would ring in the game, it would ring through the controller, not the game. So you would have to tap on the touchpad to answer the phone, or it would sometimes auto answer. And the touchpad was barely used in most of those games, in most games, right? And then the third game that I heard the speakers used in was Death Stranding.
Oh, don't
forget
about Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah.
Yeah, and Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah. But specifically, it was used in Death Stranding, the speaker, only because of the fact that in the game you would hear BB, the little babies, when they're upset and crying, it would play through the speaker on your controller.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
They still crying themselves.
Disrespect.
But the thing is, like the features on the controller are what they already have now, but they're not utilizing. It was like when they brought the touchpad to the PS4 controller from the Vita, and they didn't utilize it.
Hold on, Bloody. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You didn't like when you heard Alfred and Batman through the controller? You didn't like that? Master Bruce.
Yeah. No. Why not just play it through my speakers and through the controller? Maybe I want to hear. No. Here's the thing.
I think it was an option to turn off in Batman, though. I think it was. I don't remember.
No, but the thing is, they make gimmicks. I'm gonna be honest about it. When it comes to some of their controllers and the things that they do, it's gimmicks. They don't fully utilize the technology or aspects of what they make. Like the 6-axis that was originally on the 6-axis on the PS3 controller before they made the DualShock 3. It's cool. It has a gyroscope. Guess what? They were using that in the DS. Nintendo's been using gyroscopes on their handhelds for quite some time. But you know what? They don't really utilize it all that much in any of their games. And when they do, it's, again, a gimmick. You know, the last time I really utilized that, other than shaking my controller to turn on the flashlight in The Last of Us Remastered, there was the spray painting collectibles and infamous Second Son. I would just turn the controller sideways and treat it like it's a spray can. Okay, cool. I'm glad that I can pretend my controller is a spray can and that I'm invisibly tagging nothing. Okay, why don't you just do something cool with it? I was like, at least with Lair, as bad of a game as that was, they tried to do something cool with that, with the fact that the gyroscope actually controlled how the dragon flew. That was a cool concept.
So
the game was bad, but it was underutilized. And everything that they're showing off with the DualSense, it's just going to be underutilized. And the fact that they have a built-in microphone, cool. Who's going to use their controller as a microphone? No one. They're going to either have Bluetooth headsets or they're going to have real high-end gaming headsets, because
People want to use actually built headsets, not their controller, to talk.
Now, PK, you asked Bloody a question. What was the question you was going to ask him?
I was going to ask him, do you think that these features, how do you feel about these features? Because me personally, have not had very good gyroscope experience outside of the Wii. Even on the 3DS, gyroscope sucks. So I'm asking, how do you think that was affect games per se, since they were so excited?
I don't know why they're trying to upsell it, because like I said, the only one that was absolutely utilizing gyroscopes in their games was Nintendo. And I was like, at least with the Wii and the DS, when they had it in there, kind of worked. They had a lot of issues with the 3DS, but guess what? They turned around and fixed it with the 2DS and things like that. But the thing is, they still used it, but at the same time, they didn't. But when they did, it was all with their motion controls from the Wii. And then look at what they do with the Switch with the Joy-Cons. They have the gyroscopes in them. But the fact is, some games utilize them, other ones don't. I was like, there's been very few games that absolutely take advantage of the gyroscopes on the PlayStation, because no one's going to do that with their controller outside of it being used for a cheap gimmick.
They're not. And Livewire, I see you here, but we'll get to you in the next in the next topic. But man, good to see you here, man. The King of the Dolphins has arrived.
What's this topic?
This was about the DualSense, but we'll
bullshit controller, right?
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley.
Fuck that. It's like having a car. You ain't got no wheels, so it could be nice, but you ain't going nowhere.
Oh my God! No.
I say this. People make
He's like, yeah, say that, yeah.
People make a big deal about the whole haptic feedback, like it's gonna change the world, but it's like, bro, you got haptic feedback in an Xbox controller, and then they're gonna turn around and say, well, Xbox ain't do nothing new. I'm like, well, when more people start utilizing the haptic feedback that we already got, then we can talk about some new shit. Like, don't tell me about some more new shit that we gonna get. How about we use the shit we got first, and then you can talk some new shit first.
No doubt.
I'm just saying.
My boy Dirt Griggity, man. Man, glad for you to ask me to come on to your show last week, man. It was blowing up, man. You did great, man. Thank you for coming on. He says, "What up, GRG? Can't wait for the 23rd." Yes, we will get into that here a little bit later tonight. I want to get into Lemon last, and then we get into another topic before we get into the part of our predictions and our hopes of what we are hoping for next week, because the show is because when we'll have GRG the day after the event, so that's going to be fun. Definitely.
We can't make it.
Yeah.
I'll talk about Ghost of Tsushima already.
Yeah, we already talked about it.
This is what happens when your ass don't come on time.
Yeah, when you don't come on time.
Listen, I can't.
I know that you got interviews and press conferences, and you now starting to wear your mask. It's okay.
My daughter was tripping. Unless you want to hear her talk about how she don't want to go to bed for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
What did you want to say about Ghost? What do you want to say about Ghost of Tsushima real quick before we go to Lemon for the last part, before we get into the Discontinued?
People need to stop capping for that game.
Oh, you don't like it?
No. This is what I think. Ghost of Tsushima is a good game. It's a fun game. But people need to stop capping. There's multiple things that are fun about. I like the story, and I like the samurai combat. But let's not act like graphically it's been downgraded. I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm saying it looks downgraded. Like, I saw somebody put up a picture and said it looks better than Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I said it looks more like Zelda Breath of the Wild. Stop capping.
Ooh.
Oh, I ain't going that far, but I would say,
bro,
it's a beautiful game.
There's points in the game with that grass. The grass looks beautiful, and I'm not denying that it doesn't look beautiful. But a lot of times it feels like I'm playing Breath of the Wild because it looks cartoony.
You're right. No, I was gonna say like there's the cutscenes are immaculate. Sometimes,
as always,
as always with PlayStation,
the character animation is on point.
The character animation's on point.
That is where they kick Assassin's Creed's ass. Is with the character designs. That's where they kick. But the world, no, let's not do that. Not with those textures.
No. He's right about that. Like, I mean, if you look at a game like Origins, or you look at, like, see, this is the thing that's, well, see, I don't have a Pro. I got a Slim, so it is what it is. But I do have HDR because on my TV I can have. I got other ports that has HDR, so I can turn the HDR on, and I can see, and it looks really good. It does look good.
Yeah, the game looks great.
Yeah, the game looks great, but then there's parts like what you said. Yeah. No, there's parts that don't, like when you first get into the introduction where he puts his hand in the when he's riding the horse and he's putting his hand against those white lilies or whatever those type of those plants are, flowers. It looks breathtaking. Then when that part goes off, when you get off your horse and start walking over, it don't look the same. It just don't. And yeah, there's parts with like you said, the character design looks fantastic. It's just some parts that look but when you look at everything from Origins, no, you can't mess with everything from that shit look beautiful. And Odyssey, my God, when you get to certain points, especially with different terrain going off and then mix into the other terrain, oh my God, it looks beautiful.
Now, I gotta say this. Mm-hmm. The combat is great, but it's not better than Assassin's Creed, and I'll tell you one reason why.
No, it's not.
The camera is fucked. That camera is fucked up, bro. I get killed by more enemies because I can't see where the hell. Like, bro, they got you on a little bit too far left on the screen, so you can never see who's on your left side. And then half the time you're running around just trying to get spacing so you can see. Because typically on an open world game like a Red Dead, Ghost of what's this shit? Horizon Zero Dawn. Like when you're fighting a single enemy, it's zoomed in. As long as you can see the whole enemy. On Ghost of Tsushima, it never zooms out. When multiple enemies come on the screen, normally it zooms out so you can see a broader spectrum of who the hell is attacking you. You don't see it; it just stays at that one camera angle. Now it's super immersive, but you get your ass whooped because you can't see people behind you. It's annoying as hell. And the camera and a lot of times the camera, like if you're inside, you're fighting somebody, but all you see is a door. You're like, what the fuck? Like you got to run outside just to see who the hell is attacking you. I'm like, I don't like this guessing shit. You know what I mean? But when it works, it's great. It's just that camera is fucking annoying. And don't let me get on the traversal. The traversal, when people say this shit is like Assassin's Creed, stop it. The animations for the traversal are not on any level of Assassin's Creed. Maybe Assassin's Creed 1 or 2.
He said 1, but he's right.
I'm being dead. Who got Assassin's Creed Unity? Go play that, and then go play Ghost of Tsushima.
I got it.
Like, yo, this shit is night and day.
Assassin's
Creed Unity look like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like this Ghost of Tsushima, he jumping around looking like old school Nathan Drake.
There's parts where you like you have to figure out on your own, like when you crawl up under
and you have to. No, that's a crazy thing. You have to traverse, and that should be like sometimes I'm walking on a plank, and he just stopped walking. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? And then you try to jump, and then he'll it doesn't register, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like I don't understand what's going on with this guy. Like it's extremely clunky the way he moves when he's trying to do like a traversal shit, like climbing mountains and jumping on planks and stuff. Like he's just clunky. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. And it's not, I mean, I'm assuming, let's say traversal in that manner is only 30%, then all right, fine. You know what I mean? But it's still annoying as hell when you got to do it, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, there are some flaws within the game, but I mean, like you said, and I think that's what Bloody has said as well. Yeah. The game is well worth playing.
And I'm gonna beat it. It's so fun as hell.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna beat it too. It's a game that's caught my interest enough to where I want to stay on it and play it and beat it.
I mean, K-Mega, it's a samurai game with ninja stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have many options unless you got to go play Ninja Gaiden.
All in. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why Xbox has to do it, and I'm gonna get to that. I cannot wait to get to that point, to the predictions. Anyway, all right, so big shout out to my boy Henosis. He says, great work, lads, preaching truth always. Great to hear. Always. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the support. All right, so Lemon, now here you go. DualSense. What's your thoughts,
All right.
man?
First of all, let me say this. Shout out to the 83 people in the attending the show tonight. It is greatly appreciated. Everybody's here.
Yeah,
It's a
especially
nice
being
number.
back, man. Yeah, especially being back, man. YouTube.
Shout out to you.
rough
Give your
on
hand a
the
round of
brother,
applause, of course. And what I'm gonna say is shout out to my man Jeff Keighley for earning that PlayStation check, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Because this dude is getting checks from PlayStation. This is not a secret. This is something that's known. They cut him a little budget. So of course, him bragging and putting up this many shots of any controller is just retarded. And it's really like a hype train with him, man. I mean, you know, he want to be over the top and get attention for PlayStation, and you know they get him a check, so he got to earn his money, and he's earning it because that's just retarded. And most of our people in here, we're men. We have some women in here, but shout out to all my guys who's like, I'm not blowing in nobody's mic. Pause. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. I'm never doing that. I'm not blowing into anything unless it's a woman's ear.
Yo,
That's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be stank breath all on that.
It's retarded, man. And like PK said, most of these features are coming from Nintendo, coming from Microsoft with the haptic feedback triggers. You know, shout out to the mighty Philosaurus Rex for reinventing the way we communicate on consoles with the 360, with the cross generation chat and different game invites and being able to play in a group and 16 people. And yeah, that's what Xbox does. They innovate and everybody imitates. It's a fact. Wasn't for 360. Excuse me, we're gonna take it back to Dreamcast. With the features. All them chat features was Microsoft. So when you go out there and say, oh, what did Xbox do? They're the reason you have all those cross-game invites. All of that came from 360. People on PS3 didn't have that option. PS4 is a PS3 Xbox 360 reborn. But you know, these features that they take, and then all of a sudden everybody act like, oh, you see what they did? They didn't invent nothing. It been out there. If you're not on that platform to have those features, it's not new. And I hate to bust people bubble, man, or sound like, you know, I'm bashing Sony, but let's just be real here. The community's acting like haptic feedback and triggers is something brand new.
It's not some. You know what? That's the first thing to when somebody wants to question something about Sony, which the stands will never do. Just all I have to say on that, when they do question anybody that has a point or opinion to make, I say, what if this was Xbox? What would be your thoughts about this? What if this was Xbox right now that was doing the same things that Sony was doing this gen to start to present the Series X? How would people perceive it?
They be burning down Redmond right now.
Oh,
they be picking it.
Right.
They'll be like green consoles matter.
Yeah, bro. Like he said, green consoles matter. Bro, like that's a question that I think everybody should just be really asking the stands when they actually get out there and they make these points. It's like, okay, I got you. So what if Xbox was doing the things that PlayStation was doing right now, presenting their PlayStation 5? Like, 'cause I mean, if Xbox nobody hasn't seen the Xbox One console. They just seen the Xbox controller. I mean, you've seen it for the very first time, but you haven't seen it anymore. And then you know, instead of showing any other type of anything, you know what I'm saying? The only thing you get is the Xbox controller being shown right into your face. Like, I mean, Lemon, what the hell? What the hell would people be saying about that, man? I don't. And then
Well,
if you can blow in
Microsoft
an
has been
Xbox
hated
controller,
since they made Windows. So the Windows hate the Microsoft hate comes from Windows. It automatically started there.
controller. Blowing in the Xbox controller. How do you
Like,
think
I'm not blowing in no controllers. Pause. We grown men in here, most of us in the chat and everything. Y'all want, show me in the chat who's ready to blow in the mic. I'm pretty sure dude's gonna be like, nah, I ain't doing that
I
shit.
wasn't really asking for that.
You know, exactly. So I don't want to stay too much long on it because Jeff Keighley gets a check. It's not, I always say I had a personal conversation with him, and you don't bite the hand that feeds you. So he's getting his just due financially from these guys.
The thing about it, it's a gimmick. A lot of this stuff is a gimmick. We don't, at gamers, really don't kind of care for some of this stuff. Like, yeah, we don't mind the haptic feedback in the controllers or the rumble triggers and stuff like that. I know one person out of all the people I know on the interweb that likes it, and y'all won't even guess who it is, because he don't like to put headsets on his head. And my man Chuck.
Chuck Master?
Chuck, no, Triple Cup do not like to put headphones on his head. He kind of likes that, talking. But my thing is, you put all that
He's one
money
out of 10 million.
Yeah, so I said you put money out of noise counseling.
Yeah,
out of that. I mean, look at all that R&D that you put in a controller. But you say, Xbox. But then you say Xbox got the same controller from the Xbox One. If it ain't broke, why fix it?
But why so?
First of all, it's the default PC controller. It's the default PC gaming controller. So, they didn't sell over 15, 16 million controllers for no reason.
Yeah, but the thing is they trying to sell you headphones too. But if you use the headphones, you can't hear the mic. I mean, you can't. Well, you could use the mic, but I don't see why you would use that. But the sound that comes from the controller, you don't hear that with the headphones on.
I don't know, man.
That kind of defeats the whole purpose.
I'm just tired of the hype train, Live. Like, come on.
I mean, it's a cool feature. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
nobody cares. The developers don't care.
Well, no. The developers. I mean, the developers care because they put it in their game. But I'm just saying, in the sense of where, like when I play Horizon Zero Dawn or something like that, and you hear the wow, I'm like, that's kind of cool. But it's not like something that I'm just like, oh man, this is innovative. Because I mean, if it wasn't there, I wouldn't care. But
I got on $300 headphones. I don't hear the controller in no game.
What was you gonna say?
I don't know if you played Zelda, Wind Waker, or any of the Zelda games that used this speaker function to find items and all that stuff.
I played Wind Waker. Yeah.
It's kind of whack.
I mean, it's not.
My 3DS right now, it has the gyroscope in it, and it's still whack.
I'm shouting out my boy Macross in the chat, 2077. Jeff knees got mad blisters on it, brother.
Oh man! All right, man. Let's get off this topic and let's get on to something else, man. We're going too long. All right, so
ridiculous.
I'm
it's
done.
ridiculous.
All right, so let's get
ridiculous.
Let's get to. I mean, listen. I'm all down.
It's absolutely
for
absurd.
It's all
we even
great,
had to talk about this.
Well, no, I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
No. I'm saying like it shouldn't even be a subject because he shouldn't have been going off like that. This is come on, man. Not a game he got exclusive. Not the console. A controller. Come on.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta make them coupons.
Get them wet wipes ready, baby.
He was like, wait, you gotta feel this. You gotta feel this. Oh, these grips.
Oh, he lotioned up his body too. These grips.
Stop it. All right, now you're going left. All right. Well, I don't know what you drink. Oh, yeah, I saw what you was drinking. All right, there you go. All right, so let's get to it now. Now it's all Xbox from here on out. Let's go. All right, so but shout out to Ghost of Tsushima. I'll be playing it here a little bit later. All right, so Xbox is discontinuing the Xbox X100. You about to get this work. And they're about to discontinue the sad edition, or I should say what my boy Pred says, the Sade edition. Smooth operator. Anyway, so it is so basically of course the stands went crazy. They were bringing out this point and saying, oh man, it just came out 3 years ago and it's over and it's done. Man, how do you feel making that $500 investment? And now, not including that the console was being sold for $250 just about 2 months ago. But regardless of that, whatever. So I'm going to go to you first, Slayer, because you've been quiet. And get your point of view on this, man. All right, so does this mean... Shut up, Libby.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you're back, Libby. I'm glad you're back. But just make sure my boy's parched. Okay, is that better instead of saying... Is that better than saying, saying he got moisture in his mouth? All right.
There was no pause in that statement.
There ain't no pause. The moisture,
I'm
like
laughing
bro,
too hard, PK.
that's so much. That can mean anything. Moisture in the mouth. Like, I mean, come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ladies
A little
need to
too
give.
much, I think, though.
Yeah. But anyway,
Look at
so,
like I'm in my feelings.
yeah, I know he's upset with it. All right, so you know you're no longer parched. I'm making sure that you have all the fairness.
Yeah.
He's well hydrated.
You're well hydrated. All right.
Thank you. Good choice of words.
Okay, so bro, what's going on here? Like, a lot of us was assuming that the Xbox One X was going to still be around just for the mere fact that the system, it still holds on. It's the 4K console. It has all this out, but then to just say that they're going to discontinue it, the all digital, the Sade edition, we kind of looked at that, but they're keeping the original S, but they're getting rid of the Sade and they're getting rid of the X. What the hell is going on, and why is this problematic? What does this mean at the end of the day to you?
Worry not.
Okay, all right, talk to me, bro.
Answer to this is simple. It's one word. Lockhart.
Oh, 100 bounced out of here. 100's gone. 100 is gone. 100 is gone. 100 left.
It's true. He's gone.
Did he really leave that fast?
Gone.
Damn, man.
He's
He didn't even let us get into the topic.
He's gone. Now maybe 100 had some things going on or whatever.
Technical difficulties. We're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, technical difficulties. But if not, then I'm about to light his ass up. I'm about to light him up. Light him up. Anyway, go ahead.
But back on topic there. Yeah, for real. It's quite simply that, the 1X would take away from sales, that's for sure. Right? And they need that production.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Okay.
On something more important, right?
Okay.
Now, you also need the base system, because at this point you can make it so cheap. But there's two versions of the base. So which one do you keep? You got to keep the one with the drive, because there's so much inventory out there still on disk that would, at least if you wanted to go all digital, right, eventually in the future, so you would stop producing Xbox One discs, and then maybe you only start producing discs, for the next gen, and then all that inventory still has to be bought up eventually. So you need systems with drives to play them. So you got to keep those. You don't need the 1X because of Lockhart. I feel this is exactly what it is. Plus, they need that manufacturing room now. They need to turn those factories over to making the Series platform, the X and whatever they call the Lockhart. I assume the S. So it all perfectly fits in my mind. Is that simple? Facts.
All right. Oh, you're pretty short tonight.
I mean, it's that simple. I mean, it's not rocket science.
He's moist. He's good. He's moist. He's good.
Oh no, pause on your end, sucker. Pause, sucker.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Anyway, so
I do not co-sign that statement.
I got your back, Slayer. Anyway, so my boy's parched. That's all. He got plenty of liquids. Anyway, okay, 108 on you. What does this mean to you, man? Because I know that there's been people that's running amok, and they
can run all they want. I
know
the facts.
There's been. Hold on, let me make this point too as well. And if anybody wants to add to that, please do. But what's going on with all the stands with all of these narratives? They got like about 7 or 8 different narratives all in one. Like are they fearful of something? What the hell is going on with them? They are making so many narratives.
They feelings got hurt again
nothing.
this week. We're gonna bring that up at the end.
Oh yeah, we will. All right. So what's going on with this? I mean, like, is this a big blow to the Xbox community that the X is going? Okay, go ahead. Let me know what's going on.
Let me give you the insider GameStop information. Both systems have stopped being manufactured on PlayStation 2.
All right.
Yo, hold on. Give me 1 sec.
How you gonna tell me? 1 sec. 2 sec.
How is he gonna drop a bomb like that?
How you gonna say I got a call? Wow. I'm gonna sit there and break this down.
All right, so next speaker.
Bloody, go ahead.
All right, so this is not a bad thing at all, right? Because we know that eventually, at all points, that there is that consoles get phased out, right? But here's the thing: They're not.
Bloody took your
You
spot.
back?
Nope, Bloody
You
took your spot.
want to pick up where you left off?
Go ahead.
No.
Bloody.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah, I do. My bad. I had to unmute my mic.
So we all know that over time that consoles get phased out of production. It's being discontinued, so they're not manufacturing anymore. But guess what? The stock that they still have, they're gonna be selling. They're gonna just sell it until they run out. That's basically what they're gonna be doing. So we're gonna see a lot of these consoles now on massive price cuts and things like that to help kind of clear out the stock. And as everyone else said, is that Lockhart is the reason, because the fact that from what has been speculated and what's been seen, Lockhart is a more souped up version of what the 1X is at a cheaper price point. And it's supposed to be a digital version of what the 1X is. So why are they going to keep the S all digital and the 1X when they have basically an upgraded 1X that's all digital, that's at a cheaper price point than the Series X? That's the reason why. That's why they're keeping the S, because guess what? The S still has a CD drive, still has the all of that, and they've been able to get the S to be able to support 4K streaming. So it's still going to have some of those features, and it's still going to have a disk drive, but it's not going to be needed to be an all digital console, and it's not going to be 4K playing like the 1X is going to be. So one, they're focusing all the money that they would have been continuing to manufacture those two to go towards the Lockhart. So now the fact is too, is as Phil Spencer mentioned, they're not trying to cut off the current gen right now. They're not trying to cut off Xbox One owners. So that's why they're going to keep the 1S around, because the fact that they're still supporting those who want to stay in the Xbox One generation before later upgrading to the series of Xbox, the next gen consoles. They already stated that they're going to continue to support those for the next, I think he said at least 2 to 3 years, because he doesn't want to immediately cut off like we're seeing with what Sony's doing with the PS5 and the PS4. Because as soon as they start putting out the PS5, they're doing all the games that are coming on the PS5 are not going to be on PS4, at least from the first party, whereas Xbox is doing it different. So why are they going to just completely discontinue those and just say, guess what, we're just completely cutting off everyone last gen? No, they don't want to force everyone. But the reason that they're discontinuing those two is because of the Lockhart is going to fill both of those gaps as a mid-step, because it'll be a cheaper price point, just like the Sade edition was. It'll be an upgraded version of what the X is capable of, and it's an easy way for them to transition into next gen without going all the way in on the expensive side of things, like the Series X. It's completely a very, very understandable point when you look at the aspect of what goes into manufacturing and what they're trying to do for the community and the consumer base based on business decisions, when you look at it like that.
You ready, 108?
I don't think he came back.
He said he came back. He said he was ready, but I guess he went away again. All right, go ahead, Livewire. What's your point on this? Because 100, I'm going to come to you last on this. I can't wait to hear what you got to say on this.
Rephrase it for me.
Yeah. Go ahead, Live. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying rephrase it for me. The question.
Okay, so basically, the Xbox One X and the all digital version of the Xbox One is discontinued. So there's people that's been saying that it's a big blow to Xbox, whatever. But I want to hear your thoughts on, does this seem like a big blow to you, or is this something in the sense of there's more coming? I just want to hear your thoughts about the whole situation overall.
No, I mean, the way I look at it is when you have any product of this type, you have phones and other things that, of this nature. When they have a better version, they discontinue the next thing. Shoot, if you get a car, if you get a Acura TL, right? When the new one comes out, they don't still make the old one. They on to the new one. I mean, they discontinue the previous one. They sell whatever they sell, and then now they selling the new shit. So, I mean, this isn't anything abnormal. I don't really understand where the issue would be. Because they got rid of the all digital, the 1X, and obviously it's because they're making that Lockhart, which is possibly diskless, and it's going to be as powerful as the 1X. They're keeping the 1S for the lowest tier that people maybe all they care about is playing Fortnite and Minecraft, and they don't give a shit about anything else. And on that console, they could do that. But for anybody buying a new console, you're going to move those consoles out the way to eliminate any confusion. There's no point in keeping a 1X and then having a 1S. Then you possibly will have those conversations where, well, what's the difference between this and that? Like, that would make no sense to have Xbox One S, Xbox One S all digital, Xbox One X, and then an Xbox Series S and an Xbox Series X. That's just too much shit. Like, that's just too much, man. So it just makes sense that they're doing this.
Yeah, no, okay.
And it probably and probably cheaper too, just to make the new shit work.
that was a point that I was also alluded as well, that it would be cheaper. 108, are you back? Oh, he still ain't back. All right. So, did I go to you, Slayer, first?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. PK.
I think 100 ain't go.
Well, I know 100. Well, I'm saving 100 for last. But go ahead, PK. What is your thoughts about behind this, man? I mean, what's going on? Like, I mean, I'm trying to find that one person on the panel to sit here and to bring up the point of, is it this doom and gloom aspect of it because the X is going to be discontinued and because I know it's not so much about the Sade edition. I know it's mostly about the Xbox Series X. I'm sorry, not the Series X, but the Xbox One X. But is this a bad sign, or is this something that the gamers should be concerned about overall because the X is only 3 years old? What's going on here? Like, I don't know. Everybody else has been kind of on the even kill page of, like, it's really not that big of a deal. But where are you at, PK?
I mean, this is a normal cycle. I'm not understanding why everyone acting like this is a new thing. I mean, nobody said anything when Nintendo pretty much dumped the Wii U and started working on the Switch and brought the Switch out and pretty much stopped production on that. And this happens every generation. Sony's already stopped production on their PlayStation. Let's be real. They do this every generation. They literally don't. They literally want you to buy the new stuff. They want to push the new product, and it's not new. And I'm with Livewire, where part of it is going to be trying to be on the PR side by keeping down the confusion of the two different consoles, and as far as the naming convention, right? There's no reason to have a 1X when you're already going to have whatever the rumored second console is going to be that can do everything 1X does better and probably cheaper. No reason to keep making that hardware when you're making new hardware. It's like that doesn't make sense. Basically, that deal is done anyway. They made a new deal and is already pushing that to be launched at the end of the year. It's kind of crazy. It's just like anything. I mean, the people who make fun of people for spending money on a 1X, I like to see those people who paid $1,000 for Apples every 2 years, Apple iPhones every 2 years.
Ah, great point.
I mean, don't make fun of what people spend their money on. People gonna spend their money on whatever they feel like it. Okay, that is up to them. You can't judge them on that, because if we were really judging, people spend money on dumb stuff every day. Okay, a lot of money, but at the same time, that's just what they want to do. There's no reason to be gagging on that, because at the end of the day, technology gets phased out no matter if you buy it today or tomorrow. Hell, we about to get our RTX cards retired this year, rumored.
Facts.
Right?
After 1 year.
And that's not even a year. That's not even a year.
Facts.
So are you saying you jumping down our throat for buying the RTX cards because the new Ampere cards coming out? and that's why the prices are jumping and not dropping.
You know what? I think that one of the biggest issues is like people pocket watch from their pockets. Like, yo,
And they
what's a
ain't
lot
got
of
no
money to
money,
you
but they
ain't
pocket watching.
necessarily a lot of
Facts.
money to the next dude. Like, I mean, like you could literally have a situation where somebody spent $1,000 and they sitting there sweating bullets like, oh my god, just spent $1,000, where another person spent $1,000 and they don't even think about it. They not worried about the money they just spent. They just spent it. It's like whatever. It's like
Worry about enjoyment.
I agree that that's part of some of people's narrative, but the other narrative is just trying to make it seem like it's a bad thing. Like this is brand new, out the world. Like this ain't normal business. Like you're going to continue to hold on to the. I have not seen anyone buy a Wii U after they announced they shut down production. They was waiting for the next machine.
Let me go. Let me go
ahead.
to Sir X Man. I know he sit there and he sent there for a minute ago. I was just kind of hoping that we could stop and get to him, but I'm gonna get to him anyway. Thank you, Sir X Man. Appreciate it. He said, "What up, GRG? Have a great show. I'm listening. Good job, man. I appreciate you listening. I know that you work around this times and stuff like that. So, man, definitely appreciate it. So, go ahead, PK. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
I just want to point where this can be right. Part is people want it to make a negative.
No, you botting.
You break it up. You botting, bro. You botting. Your mic keep cutting on and off.
Okay. How about now?
No,
okay, now?
But K-Mega, it might be Google Hangouts because a couple people.
Because I'm looking at his thing
his
on
feed.
Google Hangout. Yeah.
Right.
And his mic keeps coming in and out. So come get out and come back and it should be better.
You said get out and come back.
Yeah. No.
Get out.
No. Just get out and come back. Yeah. All right. So it stopped. It stopped the okay, so turn your mic off and then let's see if it's good now, PK. All right, so he's going through something. 100.
Finish my point.
There ain't no running. But you know what? You lucky because I said I'm saving you for last. Prometheus, are you ready now?
Yeah.
All right, so what is your thoughts, man? What's going on here, man? Why
there
people
is no thoughts. I read this report 3 weeks ago from GameStop on an email. Shout out to my people that take care of me with the insider information. They stopped production on pretty much both consoles 3 weeks ago. This news is not even new. It's just that it get to the public and people want to make a narrative that doesn't exist. They want to sell you new hardware. Facts. They don't want to. All right, if there's a Lockhart, that makes sense why they definitely stopped the X. But if you go to GameStop, I know in New York, I told you my boy who bought the Xbox, Xbox 1X, right? He went to every GameStop in New York City. Nobody had one, not even used. They don't have PlayStations either. In the store right now, they're not restocking them. This is right now. He had to buy it on GameStop.com. That's how he got his Xbox One X. And, you know, I'm always in there. I chill with my people. I don't want to name no names, but because they take care of me. But, you know, I'm in there and dude walked in and said, yo, I need a PS4. He said, we ain't got none. He said, you got them used? Nope. They don't have them. They're gearing up for the next console launches. This is not new. But for you dudes that want to talk about people's pockets and change the narrative, you have a problem. Y'all might need counseling because y'all look for anything to say. Anything. And especially when people spending their money to belittle them and make fun of somebody who just honestly use their hard work and money to buy something. Why you nitpicking? And you're 100% making an ass out yourself for absolutely no reason.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You're making an ass out of yourself. Your narrative is trash. It's supposed to be about gaming. Oh, you bought an X. How you feel? You ain't got a Pro. I'm pretty sure you don't. I do. I don't get on my channel talking about what I got all the time. Yeah, I got this. Yeah, what you got? Who does that? That's why I block people like that. Block them because that narrative is just is pathetic.
How do I sound now? Yes.
You sound better. You sound great.
Sorry about that,
No,
interrupting you.
no. You're fine. You're fine. It happens. These things happen. But go ahead, Lemon. Lemon, you there? Okay. You got.
Yo, every time he's
And we
about to
lost him.
speak, something happens to him.
Okay.
Wow.
What up,
We
PK?
lost him again.
All right. So what up, PK?
Oh,
Go ahead, finish
I
up.
was
Yeah.
pretty much done. I just wanted to basically say the same thing 108 just touched on is, this is nothing new. I'm not sure why this is a thing, why we even having to address this. I think that's pretty silly.
You know why? It's the nerves. Because the closer we get to the Xbox event, these ponies is starting to get scared. They shaking. They looking back at that PlayStation event. They're like, damn, this wasn't it. And that's what it is. So they grasp for straws out here. They'll go for anything.
I mean, and that's the one thing about it too that is kind of crazy is because you alluded to it live is that the closer and closer we get, and it's just like what I talked about earlier was that they keep on making these narratives. There's so many different narratives. Like, I mean, first it was the SSDs. Now I hear people over here talking about because, and if we got time, we'll talk about the velocity agriculture. And then about how architecture, whatever. Let me be country, whatever. But regardless, I mean, there was just some lady in the chat that was trying to correct me on Tsushima. How you a black dude gonna try to correct me on how to say Tsushima? You're not Japan. You're not Japanese. Shut up. Anyway, so you know what I'm saying. So anyway, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I don't care.
Oh, so that's what it is. So a black man can't know nothing.
I didn't know. No. I didn't say.
I see.
No. It's not that. I'm just saying some people say certain things a different way. And listen, that's fine. I get it. I said architecture. You said however you said it. Whatever. But regardless. Tomato, potato, whatever. I got a different way of saying things out here. I never come out here to try to act like I'm a reporter. I don't come in here and say that I am thorough in the English. English. Okay, that's where I messed up. English language. I do say, you know what I'm saying. I'm literate, but let me say my things. Some things it just don't. It may not sound right to somebody that's from the West Coast or from the East Coast or from the whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is how we talk out here. So excuse me. Don't correct me, sucker. Just give me your point of view. Anyway.
Excuse me. I gotta go do something in my house, man.
All right,
I'm sorry.
man. Yep. Cool. All right. So anyway,
hang on. Listen. We both from the Midwest. All right. We both know how to talk properly. All right. Don't go there. Don't say it's where we are. All right.
It's the way we are. Don't try to talk soft and all.
I'm just saying. Don't say it's where we is. Let's say because they know how to speak on the East and they know how to speak on the West. I was like, we both Midwest, and I can talk better than that.
Listen. There's some people in the East that be cracking me up. When they got that weird twang that they got out there, where they would say, especially like when they're like from Maine or New Hampshire or something like that, and they got that crazy ass like sound, like the New Hampshire or whatever the hell that they say is really crazy, or Boston or something like that. They got that accent. So come on, let me have my accent, man. Let me be country, bro. Don't be knocking me. So shut your ass up. So anyway, all right. So anybody else want to kind of keep alluding to it, or do we need to go on to the next topic?
Next topic.
All right. Oh no, we ain't going to the next topic because there's one person right here that I've been waiting for.
Whoa, here we go.
There's one person I've been waiting for. Last person right here.
Yo, honey, unmute yourself.
I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on.
Yeah.
100.
I'm listening.
100, brother.
Honey, ready to get jumped in.
Now we got this bet, right? 100, right?
Yeah, we got the bet.
Okay. We got the bet.
Can I say my piece before?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah,
you have the floor.
Right? Now, for the break, you know what I'm saying? Because I be hanging around great ones. All right.
Hey.
Now, live.
Hold on. I gotta read this because this is funny. Because my boy D Rob, he said, Mega, you got me laughing. Architecture, I got you. He says y'all on point all night. Next topic. You know what I'm saying? Listen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I slip because sometimes I do put a little bit of this drink in my cup. But don't don't get it slipping. Don't get it tripping. Don't get it tripping. I'm all right. But anyway, for 100, this is what I've been waiting for. 100.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We got this bet.
I'm still backing what I'm talking
I've
about.
been ready for this. We got this bet.
I'm
We got
still
this
backing.
bet. We got
I'm
this
still
bet.
backing.
Now, right now. Okay, so bro, you still standing. I mean, right now, I'm just ready for you to.
I'm still standing on my 2 feet. Know what I'm saying? I'm standing. Know what I'm saying? Throwing the X up in the air.
Okay,
I'm
right.
telling
You mean green. You mean green.
I'm going to sit there, and still it's not going to be no Lockhart. What they did was Live hit on the feature, and shout out to my man New Legal. He hit on the feature. Why would you have all them SKUs out at one time where people are not very good consumers?
Okay, so but 100. Okay, they discontinued two of these consoles.
Yeah, but my thing is, you discontinued the X. Okay. Cost efficient. You can sit it aside. Everybody probably wasn't really buying it. The S, you can sit there and say this is a $200 console.
Right.
What Phil came out today was like, we're not trying to leave nobody behind. If you don't want to upgrade to the Series X, we're going to have something else for you. So if you're going to the store, you're going to the store.
Right.
What Sony is saying, I got a digital version and I got a disk drive version. Think about it, the difference between what Microsoft is doing, they're giving you for that $200, you're getting an Ultra Blu-ray drive with that bad boy. And you get to play all the latest games. You still got Game Pass. You got Game Pass Ultimate. You got all the same functions that you will get with the Xbox One X. You just don't get the frames per second. You won't get the graphics and all like that. It's making that person feel like, oh, I don't have to go out there and buy me a brand new TV. If I don't have an Xbox. I don't know if you don't got an Xbox right now, I don't know why. You need to go get one. That's the best box. But it made business sense. Like, hey, you know what? We don't want people to sit there and you got the S, the SAD, the X, and the Series X. That will mess people up. That would mess the people up. But like I said, I will say if it's a Lockhart, quote unquote, because these dates keep on getting pushed back and back and back. If you see what Microsoft been showing, you think they would have showed the Lockhart a long time ago, like they showed the Series X in November or December at Jeff Keighley Garbage show? You think it would have been announced? That's what people don't see. It's like you would have announced this already. You're not worrying about what Sony's doing. You already know you have the most powerful console already there. So Sony waiting on you. That's why old boy from Sony came out was like, well, no, we ain't gonna do no pre-orders today. We ain't gonna surprise you. Because it's a you know what I'm saying, the big green giant then came back and he's taking over shop in the gaming streets. And what they do, the controller, they touched it. I believe if it was a Lockhart, they would have introduced that Lockhart when they had all these YouTubers and the developers and all that other stuff. It don't take them they don't take them long to say, hey, this is what we got. You already showed your console first. You showed your console in 2019, not 2020, 2019. You already have the upper hand.
Let me read
you already got the upper hand.
Let me read this chat right here from D-Rob, man. Thank you, appreciate it. He says 100. This is for the last podcast. When you talked about servers going down on PSN and how you explain redundancies, bro. I mean, listen. This is you're on a very losing. I commend you for being on the ship. And you're going down with that ship. I have no problem with that. I mean, there's been plenty of times where people are saying, Mega, you need to come on over here, join this new faction of people that want to stand for PlayStation and for what they're doing and all that. And I'm like, no, I know Xbox is going to come with it, and you guys are going to be looking dumb at the end of the day because, we're all gamers. We play on everything, but you over here capping for PlayStation. Right. It's hard. Right. Y'all going to be looking real stupid trying to come back. So right now, 100, this is your last chance. This is your last chance.
I'm going to put this way.
The Lockhart is real, bro. It's real.
Hang on. Would you rather have somebody buy your... Hang on. Can I talk business one-on-one?
Yes, sir.
Would you rather have somebody, when you discontinue that console, the X, right? It's going to be hard to find one.
You know, you might find one on eBay. Somebody might boost up the price. Would you rather go get a brand new console that does twice and 4 times better than the X for the same price what you was gonna pay for it already?
Oh, absolutely. But again, you got
but
not everybody's going to be like that, though. But not everybody's going to be like
that damn S.
But okay.
My thing is you're messing with your consumer. My thing is,
how are you messing with consumer?
Because your consumer the consumer is not very smart.
Oh, what? Now you talking like IGN
Consumers
now?
ain't smart, man. I'll put this way.
Bro, come on.
How many times you was a kid? How many times you was a kid and your parents got you to be
no,
you wanted Voltron, they gave you Ultron.
That's because your parents don't pay attention to this. Listen.
And that's what they're thinking about the average. See, we're gamers. We pay attention to it. The average consumer. If I tell my baby mama to go get my son an Xbox, she going to sit there like, well, I see 7, I see 3 of them, I see 5 of them. What should I get him?
And then that's for you to tell her. Now, okay, so this is the thing
but everybody would say I'm a father that's not really into games. And I said, just give him an Xbox. Matter of fact, give him the cheapest one they got.
Exactly, and that's the reason why they're discontinuing.
And that lock card is not going. That lock card is not. And my thing is, if you was gonna phase something out, you would have phased the S out. And then think about it, you would have had with the quote unquote everybody using Xbox Series S. To me, that would have sounded more. If you got the Xbox quote unquote Series S and you got the Xbox X, the S, to me, it's messing people's heads up like, huh? I came home, this is cheaper, but this is this and that. Y'all gonna get me and y'all gonna sit there and I'm gonna want all my apologies when it don't happen. Because y'all going August now, then it's going to be September, then it's going to be October, then it's going to be November.
Okay,
so like I said,
all right. So let me go ahead and break this down to you because obviously you're not ready. You're just not ready to give up and to give everybody to have do the giveaway for a lock card on GRG. But you're going to because it's going to happen. This is why 100. This is why. First off. Because this is the one thing that I was over here giving you the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, man, the Xbox One X is capable. It can do a lot. You said that yourself. But now since
they just give you true HDR. That's all they're doing.
No, it's not. It gives
and you got an ultra Blu-ray player.
It gives you 4K games.
The S? Yeah, but that's not real 4K. It's 1440p.
The S doesn't give you a better 4K player than what the Xbox One X does. The Xbox One X gives you a better 4K experience when it comes not only for with the performance of what comes out of the box, but for when you're watching videos. If Lemon was here, he would tell you that right now. Can anybody on here validate that for me, please? So people won't see that I'm over here just making this shit up. That's the truth. Okay, so anyway, regardless, the point of the is when they took that away, that gave, and I told you this for a long time ago from my sources, and I don't give a damn about because I know people be saying their sources, this, that. I don't be talking about sources unless I know I'm right about my sources. And my sources are 100% right on this lock card, and that's why it's coming, and it's coming to blast your ass, and you're going to be giving one away on GRG, and I cannot wait. And you know what? Just because I'm a con sport, I'll let you host the show as well because that's just what K Mega does. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with it. 100 can host GRG on the day that you're going to announce that you're going to give away the lock card because you lost this bet. This bet is over. It's done.
What he's saying is you going to announce it, sucker.
You're going to announce it on the show that you're going to announce on GRG, and I can't wait for it because you lost. That's why you went back on mute, sucker. You got nothing else left. It's over.
Yes, Hulk's on deck.
You know what I'm saying? So GRG Nation, you guys, we're going to give away a lock card from our boy 100. You know what I'm saying? Remember from day one, and you know what I'm saying? Shout out, and you know what? I'm going to let 100 be the host of the show. I'm gonna sit. He gonna be the host.
Show. There ain't gonna be no lock card.
It's gonna be lock card. Nope. He gonna give it away. He gonna be saying, "Yeah, this is what we're gonna do." So get ready.
If it is, what I said, let's mediate this. Hang on. I'll be the first one. What I say.
Can you hang on for a second? Let's mediate this, right? since K Mega's all in on this, right? Let's make an issue. So if Mega says that the Lockhart's real, because we all kind of have a feeling, but 100 is still saying no.
Right.
So if it is real,
right,
then we gonna say that 100 has to host GRG and announce that he's gonna do the giveaway for the Lockhart,
yeah,
right?
he will host GRG for that.
But hang on.
Yeah.
If it does turn out that Lockhart is not real,
yeah,
then everyone else gotta throw in, and everyone else we're gonna do a giveaway for Series X.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, we could try to throw a little bit of something in there. We can do that. But then if that's the case, then I can host on 100 show that I can do. We can do a giveaway for something. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with that. I have no problem. We made this.
I know everybody think I'm wrong, but I'm telling you,
you are wrong. My
soul is telling me this,
your
man.
soul is sending you to hell, sucker. That's what it is. And I'm taking
twice.
that's a clip on Twitch. I'm gonna clip that anyway. So this is what's happening. You lost already.
I haven't lost. I haven't lost yet. I lost.
When they discontinued that, what that means is that that the Lockhart is full-fledged, ready to go. It's going to be the premier console without a disc. That's exactly what that's going to do. And what they're going to drop the price of the
Hang on, remember I said if it is a Lockhart, right?
Yeah.
They ain't messing with no net. Remember I said it's going to be exactly the same.
Oh no. The S is going to be the same.
I said it's going to be exactly the same. I said it's going to be exactly the same as the Xbox Series X if they do come out with one.
What's this?
They do not come out with one if they got different chips and it's a mid-tier system. Yeah, I was wrong.
What this is saying is that the S is selling really well for Xbox right now. The X, I have no idea. The digital, it must not have been doing anything. So,
but we don't know what we don't know. See, think about we making up.
The Sade
we
don't
estimating what we do. We don't know. Matter of fact, look at Microsoft saying, you know what? We might, what Phil will cut the meat off the buffalo. He will cut it. Like, you know what? We got to sit there. This is not this. But if it wasn't like, okay, you know what? We got this. This costs us money, but people are gonna do this. But we want people to, because most people are gonna want to what? Buy the Series X, because guess what? You can get all the frames and all this. Some people are gonna go buy them. You want somebody
not
to buy
everybody.
your
Not if the console's $500.
Not
if the console's $500. This is the thing where Xbox learned. If the console is going to, this is what Xbox has learned, and this is what PlayStation already knows. If the console is $500 for the Series X, not everybody's going to jump on board day one. They're going to still keep their Xbox One, or they're still going to keep their PlayStation 4. That is just a fact. If the console is $400, then you're talking, because people will make that move because of the substantial increase in power for both of these consoles. People will make that move.
So you said make it what, $400? It's no reason for a Lockhart then.
Not necessarily.
It's no reason, because you already got an S that's already selling for $200.
I mean, you're right, but you're right to a theory. But if Xbox is this hungry to the point to where they're saying, look, we're going to undercut Sony on everything. We're going to undercut them on their digital only console, their Sade console. We're going to undercut them on their disk drive console. We're going to undercut them on everything, because we're about to get into the next topic here right now. It's a good segue. Thank you, 100. And that would show that Xbox is all about getting the mind share back. And if they do, it's going to be a problem for Sony, and that's what Sony knows too. So that's why this price war has been prolonged like it is, because normally we would have already had a price, but Phil and Jim Ryan definitely know it is all about the proper price. Even though people know how much more powerful these systems are, but they also know how important that mind share is. So Xbox can undercut everything. They have the money to take the loss, but do I think that they will? No. So that's why I think that the Series X is going to cost the same amount as whatever the PlayStation 5 is going to be, and then they're going to have the Lockhart that's going to be the tweener, And the trump card for Xbox now will be the S for the entry level. For people to say, look, you can play all these games that we're playing for the next 2 years, next 2-3 years maybe. Well, probably 2 years for the majority. On the S until you're ready to upgrade. That's what the bottom line is. Xbox is over here trying to give people that's saying that I'm not going to spend $500, and then if you ain't going to spend $500, then we'll give it to you we'll give you the lock card for $350, $400, or for $300 or $400. And if they still aren't ready, they say, look, we got a $200 console or $150 console right here ready for you to buy, just so you can play Halo Infinite. That's what it's all about. They're trying to get people to be a part of Xbox so they can suck them in with Game Pass. They can suck them in with everything else. All right, so let's get to the next topic because this is a good segue. All right, so Xbox Live. There was people that was posting out some stuff that was saying that they couldn't get the year membership to Xbox Live, and it was kind of odd. So they were basically looking around, and they seen that the only thing that there was available was the 3-month and the 1 month for Xbox Live. Now that brings a whole.
You wrong.
What'd you say?
It's Game Pass Ultimate. You can't get the year for that.
No, you can't. No.
You can get Xbox Live.
You can
get a year of regular Xbox Live. You can get that.
No, you can't. Not through Xbox. You cannot.
You cannot get Ultimate. You cannot get Ultimate Game Pass.
Yes, you can. It's Xbox Live Gold that you can't get.
Xbox, you can get regular 12 months of Xbox Live. I can give it away tonight.
No, you can't. Not through the Xbox. That's what.
But that's Xbox Live.
Yes,
that's Xbox Live Gold.
No, that's Xbox. Dude, the Xbox store.
No.
I can go get it through Amazon. I can go get it through a whole lot of other things.
Prepaid cards, yes, but they were talking about specifically on going through the Xbox and getting specifically just Xbox Gold. You can no longer buy a year.
Because Ultimate, you used to get 12 months. You cannot get Ultimate no more.
No, I never seen a year.
I only can get if I even want a prepaid card, I only can get up to 6 months at a time. I got to buy 2. If I want 12, I got to buy double.
Okay, so, but regardless, Xbox Live Gold, you cannot get. They discontinued well, I can say discontinued, but they're no longer available for the year. The only way that you can get a year of Xbox Gold is if you go through CD Keys or if you go through G2A.com. Those are still available. So if anybody out there that doesn't have gold yet, I mean that's about to run out of gold, go to one of those 2 sites and try to stock up as much as you can, because you only got a 3-year limit. So stock up as much as you can on that, because it looks like it's definitely going away. So I'm gonna go to you, PK, off the bat. You ready? You there, PK? Okay, he's still muted.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
okay.
here.
All right. So, what's going on here, man? There's a lot of theories going on about what's going on with the Xbox Live. The main theory is that Xbox might be getting ready to announce something about that they might be getting ready to take away Xbox Live Gold, and then maybe turning things into just a Game Pass, xCloud, whatever. What is your theory on this? What do you think that's going
on? So I haven't checked mine because I have mine automatic renew. But the changes just means they're going to change the structure on how this is done. I mean, they did this before when they got rid of the Microsoft points, when they phased that out. And, because we had all these increments of points left over every time we got something, and they had to do all that migration. So if they're doing that, I will have to think that they're about to change the pricing structure and or change the services as we know it today. Again, we will probably know more. Well, won't say again, but we probably know more about this after, I would say, August, not July 23rd. July 23rd is about games, but for this, the services and features, I think that's going to be more talked about in August. Because usually they don't make these type of moves without already prepping the changes ahead of time. So in my mind, I think it's just more or less they're about to change either the pricing structure or change the services in general. Maybe Game Pass / Project X Cloud / everything will just be wrapped up into that same service. And maybe they're just gonna put it all in one. Now, as far as go paying online, I understand. I have a stance on that, and I'm not gonna get too deep in that, but I understand there's an argument because there's people on PC that don't have to pay for it, and people on console do. And maybe that's this argument. They have a way to restructure it so that it works for everyone and they don't lose revenue. Because I don't believe they're just gonna strip it away. And because the Xbox Live Gold is a huge revenue, there's no way they're just going to take that away. So they got to figure out how to still make money off of that and adapt to the current environment. And I don't know what that looks like, but that's what I believe they're doing.
Hey, Mega, go check the DMs. I need an apology, G.
What you mean?
Go check the DMs.
What you need an apology?
I need an apology.
For what?
You said you can't get Xbox Live 12 months.
Well, you weren't even paying attention. I already said that. That's why D-Rob is saying this. D-Rob in the chat, he says, Mega, years ago you put me on I already mentioned if you want, you can still get live.
No, I'm on Xbox. I'm on Microsoft. I'm on Xbox.com. I can actually send 12 months to you as a gift. I just showed you in the DM.
Oh, in the DMs? Okay, all right, hold on.
I just showed you. I just took a screenshot. I can go straight. I can actually even send it to you as a gift.
Okay, cool. All right, so D-Rob said, Mega, years ago you put me on GTA. He says, I got 3 years of gold for $150 and upgraded Ultimate for $1. Now 3 years of Game Pass Ultimate did this last month. Yeah, like it's one of those things where Xbox was tantalizing people to buy more gold because I you know what I'm saying, because I went to somebody that knew Z. That knew Zaire. That
hey, real quick, 100. You're gonna have to re-apologize to K Mega because I'm looking at the Xbox Live Gold right now on the website, and I just showed that.
You need to go look at it in the DMs.
No, I clicked on the link. No, I clicked on the link, right, and I'm actually on it. Hey, you know what? I got you. I got the picture right here for you. All right, and I'm gonna take it right now.
Yo, y'all post both of y'all screenshots on Twitter so everybody sees.
I can give it as a gift.
Post it on Twitter.
Right here on it
and
right
Bloody.
now.
Post it on Twitter. Y'all both posted on Twitter.
All right. I just posted in the DM.
All right. So the point
you posted the link, not the actual picture.
That's not the link. I can say manage.
Okay.
I can actually say it. Look on.
Yes, manage it. Yes, but
no. Look underneath and say buy as a gift. 12 months of Xbox Gold.
I
don't know if you need some glasses.
Right here, I just posted the picture right now because I got the proof.
Well, I'm on Xbox.com.
Yeah, and I am too.
Okay, so regardless, post it on Twitter.
Maybe both of you guys are right because my subscription still shows that it renews every.
October. Right, but
I got that 3 years still of Xbox Live Ultimate. But I'm looking at the gold right now. It only shows 1 in 3 months.
All right, gentlemen.
Buddy, you don't have to flex.
Yeah. Okay, so check it out. So go ahead and post it on Twitter. I will talk. We'll you know what I'm saying, because this is brand new, gentlemen. So it's not really in a situation to where we have to argue about it. But let me finish this point though. The point of it to what D-Rob was saying is that look, You could find. That's why I was saying to people when they were looking at PSN, and this is what was really weird because PSN all of a sudden started doing what Xbox was doing by having their PSN service a lot cheaper because they wouldn't drop the prices even on G2A and D-Rob. I know that you can sit there and quote me on that, especially if you're a PlayStation gamer. They didn't drop their prices on there. They didn't drop their prices there. They didn't drop their prices on CD keys. They didn't drop their prices on GOG. They didn't drop their prices on anything. But all of a sudden, they started dropping their prices on PSN to the same levels as what you would get on Xbox Live. Now, if Xbox Live is really about to make this move to where they're because this is what I want to get from you guys, and I'm going to go to you next, Slayer. If Live is listening to what a lot of gamers has been saying is that look, PC gamers don't have to be behind a paywall. Why do we? Is it one of those things where they're like, look, you need a stable network, and you have to pay for it in order to stay stable, but we will include Game Pass and xCloud, and we'll just take away the gold. Period, and just take the games and just put them into Game Pass. Would you think that that's efficient, or would you still look at that as you're being forced to get something? What do you think, Slayer?
Okay, so here's what it is. So this is like a puzzle. You know, you have a set number of pieces, and there's a set way they go together, right? But if you introduce a new piece,
because it's pretty confusing,
right? If you introduce a new piece to the puzzle. Now the puzzle's going to fit a different way, right? And so the puzzle was Xbox Live and the value it gets for the money, because there's, you know, some that claim that you shouldn't be paying for Live, and then there's some who say, well, you get what you pay for. Look at what happened with PSN when it was free. So now there's Game Pass Ultimate, now xCloud being that extra piece, now that new piece. So they could have charged for it, but decided not to. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get it. It's already there, no additional charge.
Okay, Megan, you know, I want to just interject real quick.
Please
the only thing that kills me about this whole conversation about whether or not Xbox should get rid of Live and all that stuff, and who's worried about Xbox's money. Bro, this is like somebody telling me they're going to grade Bill Gates' calculus homework. Like, shut the... Like, that shit is stupid. Like, this shit drives me crazy. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, I do look at it as... Let's see, but hold on, guys.
Because, bro, we're talking about $1 trillion company that doesn't waste money if they don't have to waste money. So, if they're even if they were going to give rid of Xbox Gold, they're doing it for a reason that makes sense to them.
Yeah,
they go over the numbers multiple times. They see people think like when they talk about Xbox, they're like, well, why is Xbox just not turn around and just do this shit on the whim? Because when you're talking about $1 trillion company, they have multiple arms and tentacles that be like, all right, when we move, how does that affect this and that and that? So they have to have people calculating all this shit. They don't just do shit at random. But people think they can. That's why Microsoft can't just be like, oh, this ain't working, we're going to just cut that off. No, they've gone through multiple meetings. They then crunched the numbers. They were like, you know what? This shit ain't going to work. So when they got rid of Mixer, they knew, all right, this shit ain't going to work. Based on the numbers, the data. Like, that's the thing that kills me. People always be like, well, why would they do this? Motherfucker, because you don't know.
Right.
Because you don't do the numbers.
And Chris Hart,
that kills me.
Right, and Chris Hart, this is the point right here. Like, you got a big smile on your face, but you didn't know that until now, because PlayStation didn't give you PSN for $30 for 12 months until just about a couple of months ago, until maybe when the pandemic first started. They didn't never do that. I've been on like you just seen you know what I'm saying, D-Rob said I put him on the G2A and CD keys years ago. PlayStation wasn't biting. They seen that they were getting their ass kicked in subscription services between Xbox from Xbox. So that's why they're now all of a sudden dropping the prices, because now with Game Pass being implemented with Xbox so far, they're getting their ass kicked, beat. So they have to drop the price so they can try to get more subscribers. So I wouldn't even try to be capping and try to get all cute and say, oh, it's $30 right now. Because I guarantee you this. Because I you know what I'm saying, there's still other panel members that needs to address this. But which is Slayer. But the funny thing about this, what overall, is that if Xbox is doing something to where Game Pass is included within Gold and xCloud, Sony is in trouble. Because if Xbox release the paywall from Gold and they say, look, we hear you, we're going to let it go. And then they just say, look, what we're going to do is we want you guys to
damn, Maggie, you taking my line.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Go, Slayer. Go. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I apologize 100%. I apologize 100%.
Yeah, well, you already see where the punchline is going, folks. Like, you hear what K Mega is telling you.
No. This is your thoughts. We just thinking alike. We're thinking alike.
Yeah. We're on the same page here. Like,
right.
For real. That's basically, you see where the train is going with this. Like, he doesn't even have to finish the story. Like, Microsoft is calculating, just like LiveWire said. They calculated this. Whatever they choose to do, they're good with. And it's only going to be bad for Sony. Because imagine they make the paywall for Live Gold gone, where you don't have to pay for Live to play online at a base level. Sony's going to be having PSN for what? They don't have what Microsoft can offer. And that's what I was talking about with that extra piece of xCloud. They take out the Gold, they plug in xCloud instead, and it's still worth that $15 a month, for Game Pass Ultimate. They're still gonna make that profit. Is xCloud is the best. Okay, that and GeForce Now are the best two of these streaming platforms I've ever seen. Because if those streaming platforms, heaven forbid, ever went down, you still have your games on Xbox and Steam respectively. They just stream to you what you already own. And with Xbox, they're basically doing it for free. Because now multiplayer gaming is probably going to be free. Because as we know, the head of Xbox Live, who was there for 15 years, is leaving from Microsoft. So pretty much they don't need that anymore. Like, you play online. This is what folks have been asking for, and it's going to make the competition look bad that they're charging for that. Nintendo and Sony both. And Microsoft flipped it on them, and they probably calculated out that whatever loss is offset by xCloud. So it's no loss, even if it was. The amount of damage that they do to the competition is massive. Like, Sony is used to that PS Plus subscription money and that PS Now subscription money. They really need that. Sony as a whole isn't doing too well. They lean heavily on every bit of profit that the PlayStation division can make for Sony as a whole. And it would hurt to have to lose that in response to this one day. Now, we're not even saying that's what's going to happen, but it's looking like that. Something big is going to happen one way or another, and it's going to change the platform, change the game all over again like Xbox Live did in the first place. Facts.
No doubt. All right. Who did I not go to yet? Did I go to you, Bloody, already?
Nope.
All right, go ahead, Bloody.
So my thoughts on this is a little bit different. Is that the fact that they're phasing it out, especially when you look at the fact that the head of Xbox Live is leaving, and you got to think that Mullock was the head of Xbox Live after working on other departments, and he was working alongside Mike Ibarra, right? Mike Ibarra was the vice president of Xbox Live, but he was also doing the head of I believe it was not Game Pass, but he was the head of some of the others departments as well before he was the vice president of Xbox Live. And we saw that Mike Ibarra left. I think that the fact that we're kind of seeing the fact that, especially with like the removal of the year of Xbox Live Gold and things like that, is that they're not getting rid of it, right? I think they're just more solidifying everything being tied to a single subscription. And we see how much more supportive, lucrative, and profitable Game Pass has been. And with the fact that they created Game Pass Ultimate, that has been their biggest moneymaker. And we're continuing to see how they continue to evolve that. I think that they're going to start making everything centered around Game Pass Ultimate. That I believe is their end goal, is making everything into one unified service, not 4 or 5 separate different services and things like that to have several different subscriptions and things. No, they're putting it all together, one go. They're making it at a fair, discounted price from everything else combined together, and make that much more of. They're trying to make that more of a staple, and they're trying to make that more the focal point of their entire ecosystem and how they're trying to get people to really get into it. Besides, obviously, the consoles and the games, is we've seen since they launched Game Pass, and all of us, especially here on the panel, with everything that we've seen from Xbox the past 3 years that we were at E3, when they first started Game Pass back in 2017, 2018, and how they were promoting it, and then how it evolved into Ultimate back in 2019, and then how they started talking about xCloud, and now how they're evolving xCloud as being a part of Ultimate, because the fact that after they announced Game Pass, we were all speculating that, hey, why do they have Xbox Live Gold, and why don't they just create a whole new tier like Diamond or Xbox Live Platinum or whatever, and tie Gold and Game Pass together? And then what did? They made Game Pass Ultimate, which tied everything together. And then they made Game Pass Console, Game Pass PC. And they said, guess what? Ultimate has both and Gold. And now we have xCloud being added into Game Pass Ultimate. I think the fact that they're removing the Gold by itself slowly is their phase out to incorporate and focus on everything being one unified service. That's the biggest thing. Yes, there may be the aspect of they're like, hey, guess what? Certain multiplayer games, like the free-to-play, those are going to be free multiplayer. But a lot of the fact that, remember, the Gold is what supported their online servers for so long. Now they really don't need to, with how they've built the Azure servers and how they're getting money from other companies using those Azure servers that are now funding a lot of that, and the Xbox Live servers as well. But they still make all the money from what's running the Game Pass servers and all those because of Game Pass Ultimate. They're still making money from that. I just think that they're going to slowly start phasing out Gold and making everything under one roof, and that they're going to do things that people were wanting for so long and complained about and said, oh, why is Xbox not doing this? I think that we're going to see the potential of free-to-play games going to have free multiplayer, but all the other big games, such as things like Call of Duty and a lot of those, still going to be behind Gold, behind the Game Pass Ultimate, because guess what? The biggest thing that a lot of those have is those have their access to their Azure servers and stuff like that, that have their built-in security that also link to a third-party publishers' servers and things like that, especially if you look at like Call of Duty and others, and all those security measures that go with each one by connecting through.
Let me ask this question briefly, because I got
I'm back.
I got two super chats to read.
Do it first.
Well, no, I'm gonna get Bloody's point, and then I'm gonna read the super chats briefly. But what do you think if Xbox decides that they're just going to eliminate the paywall altogether, because there's been so many people stressing that? What do you, how big would that be?
It'll be a very, very big deal, right?
It ain't happening.
Hang on.
Let him finish, man. Let him finish. It ain't happening, but let him finish.
I agree with everyone because of what their servers and how they've built the entire online infrastructure. That it would never happen. But if it were to happen, it would be a big deal. Because of the fact that you got to think about the kind of infrastructure that Xbox Live has achieved, how it is one of the most sophisticated, has a very high security aspect. They have multiple data centers and across the entire globe. Not only that, they have access to their Azure servers and their cloud servers and everything like that. The fact that they would be able to make all multiplayer free would be a very big thing when you look at the kind of infrastructure that they've built over almost 2 decades.
Right.
That would be absolutely huge. And then you look, and especially when you look at what the other competition has done from what Sony did. So remember, Sony started off with their PlayStation service being free with PSN. However, you kind of look at what kind of happened to their infrastructure and their security issues early on, and a lot of what they ran into. But they started improving it as they started charging for online because they were able to properly fund that. Now, I could see potentially other companies going back to that, but it depends on how they rebuild the infrastructure and if they're able to sustain that without the need of charging for it.
Well, I don't think Xbox is worried about any other company.
I'm not saying that others. I'm saying if they were, you got to look at how it would affect the industry. Now, I was saying it's a big deal if it were to happen because of the fact that you got to think of what they built. And the fact is that if you already look at what it looks like they could be phasing out, because a lot of people have not been happy with, like, especially look at Games for Gold. A lot of people have not been happy with Games for Gold and said, why don't they just phase out Game for Gold and just focus all in on Game Pass? That's kind of been the thought. Hang on.
You've been talking 30 minutes, Jay.
Exactly.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Finish up, though. Go ahead. Make your point.
There's a lot of unknown variables when it comes to the fact of them phasing out gold. And as we're starting to see this kind of slip away, especially with just the removal of the year alone. My biggest thing is the fact that they're trying to phase out all the separate, smaller subscriptions and focus all in on Game Pass Ultimate being their end-all, be-all, and incorporating all their subscriptions under one roof. That's the biggest draw. Anything else is just speculation at this point and what it could mean. But my biggest thinking is that's what they're doing because they've already built Game Pass. They've already, for both console, PC, Gold, and now xCloud, 4 different aspects and subscriptions all into one. Okay. Why wouldn't they want to continue focusing on making that their entire focal point going forward?
I got you. All right. Okay. So Lockhart, Infernal Lock. I got to you, bro. I didn't forget about you. I just wanted to just let Bloody finish what he was going to say. Then let 100 finish counteract what he was going to say on that. Then we'll get to our last topic for the night.
I want to talk about that.
Oh, okay. Hold on. No, what you mean? You've been in and out. You was the first person to talk about it. So anyway, hold on.
No, I wasn't. I didn't talk about no Game Pass and none of that. I wasn't.
I came to you first about it.
No, I wasn't. I was not here for Game Pass.
Yeah, you was.
No, I was not.
Shit,
when I came
remember.
back, I was not. How you gonna tell me what I said? I'm telling you, I wasn't here.
It don't matter. Shut up. Anyway, so okay. Anyway, let me go to the super chat. Okay, Infernal Lock. He said I meant be later. He said I meant be late. But what do you think about the guy that was the head of XBL and now the CEO of Slate? Time exclusive. No, I'm just joking. Or am I? And then he got all these emojis popping up. And then Infernal Lock says skate. No, so I ain't forgot about you, bro. I just would sit there and put it. And see, I was going to make that point. So I'm going to go to 100. Make your point, 100, and then I'm going to make something before Lemon address his point at the very end. What was you gonna ask, Bloody? Or
All right, I'm
at
at
point?
this. All right, Xbox Live, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have it, right?
Yeah.
Now I get with a point where you might put it with somewhere else, like you might try to just read off this like Xbox Live period, and to say, okay, you know what? We have Game Pass that comes along with Xbox Live. Then we also going to have Xbox Ultimate, where you know what I'm saying you get the PC games. I'm so tired of hearing people whine over free shit. This game, this and this and that. Go buy the games that you want to go. They're giving it to you for free. I ain't never heard nobody argue for something that was free. They didn't have to give you nothing. Only they proud you is online multiplayer. But I see so many people, well, this game and with this and this and that, quit comparing it. Quit trying to compare the two. 1 week, 1 year, 1 month. Yeah, PlayStation might got a better lineup. Next, at least PlayStation only give you 2 games. At least they give you 4. Yeah, we're hardcore gamers. We probably own damn near everything on that bad boy. Because we buy games. But people want to say, well, if it was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Facts.
So I'm telling people, just put, they want to say, you know what, you get Game Pass and then you get your Xbox Live. I don't see Microsoft, because thing about it is people don't understand. Between the PC, I'm so tired of, well, the PC got it. It's a lot of PC titles that you got to pay for too. Warcraft,
quadruple.
You got to pay a subscription. Every game ain't sitting there. Every game that you play on PC is free.
No. And on top of that,
all the MMOs are 99% of the MMOs are a subscription.
Right, and on top of that
don't work for console, but surely they're not dropping that. They're not dropping the ball on PC for
right,
that.
And then also you got to think about this. I tell people think about this situation is you're paying. Think about it when you go on PC. I said this all the time. When you go on PC, that's your PC. That's you can do whatever you want to do to it. You want to make it a Hackintosh, whatever you want to do to it. You can get all the I can't say that damn word. I ain't gonna try to say it. I say eliminators, but I know eliminators.
Emulators.
Yeah, emulators. You can go sit there and go play every game from Atari 2600 to some. If you got a powerful PC, you can play the games now. Think about that's your personal computer. But if your computer get hacked, that's on you. When you pay for Xbox Live, how many times Xbox Live got hacked? It goes down whenever somebody sit there and your information got gone, your credit card information got gone, or this and this and that. You pay for security. And that's what all you're paying for. And people don't want to say, why I gotta pay? Quit putting the PC realm in the console realm. Nintendo even charges you.
$20 a year.
But they charging you.
And it's not
even. And who they go to? They go to Microsoft.
And you can't even do half the stuff.
Yeah.
You can't even do half the stuff you do on any system.
No.
But see, when they don't want to talk about that, you know, thing about it is that infrastructure costs. You know, having dedicated servers for Halo and Gears and Forza, that costs money. You got to pay people to keep them bad boys up.
IT dudes.
So, you know what I'm saying? So when you sit there and you want to complain because and I'm put this, if you're paying $60 for Xbox Live, do me a favor, like I said on my channel, go grab a bag of nickels and slap the shit out of yourself with it. Because I ain't paid for Xbox Live and Up Team. I ain't never in years. Just like you said, your boy D-Lo, D-Block or whatever, said he was going on CD keys and he was going on this to get this and stuff like that. Yeah. He was going on this and going that. We've been going there for years. We just don't tell everybody.
We just don't talk about it, right? Yeah, like I mean, it is what it is.
If you sit there and said, "I need something," it's been times where I mean, my boy, man, I'm down. What you whooping?
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like, right on CD keys.
There was a boy that Z knew. I mean, well, Z still knows. That hooked me up, and he hooked me up with a little bit of something, and I had no problem with it. And I was like,
and then I'm gonna tell you like this: it's changing too, Mega. It's changing even on CD keys. Because I do have they do sponsor my channel. I just don't never say nothing because my mind be crazy. The cards that I can get that they give to me, some of them they be 3 months or 6 months that they do give to me. they are set for people. I think come out their box. Like maybe you got an Xbox, somebody bought it
Right,
from you.
like yeah,
You have to
like
be a new
yeah,
member.
because
But
I bought.
it's a
I
sweat.
bought
It's the
12.
thing
I
about it
bought
is I
12.
tell people
I
you bought
bought
one.
12 months of 1 month passes because I was like, oh shit, I'm finna come out like a fat rat. And then when I tried to put it in, they was like, Xbox was like, nah. You
Then I
can't
got a
use
Brazil
that.
code on accident.
Yeah, so
but
like I had to start giving them out. So
yeah, they got a Brazil. The Brazilians is cheaper, but only thing you have to do, the homie told me was, because I said I was sitting on 6 months for about the last 2 months, and I just got tired of seeing it in my email. I'm like, who can I give it to? And I always say you can't have. Think about it, you can never have a ultimate Xbox account. You could never have it.
But
So
I mean,
I'm gonna give it away.
overall, what this just shows though is that none of us, and even the gamers that actually experience Game Pass, because let me make this one point, because Lemon, you said you wanted to touch on this right before we get on to the last topic of the night. I'm sorry, Slayer, we ain't gonna get a chance to talk about the architecture. We ain't gonna talk about philosophy architecture. I'm sorry.
Why not?
Because we got the predictions to do for the end of the show tonight.
Well, stop letting Bloody talk for 45 minutes.
The show's long enough as it is.
How
so I
about you
guess
be
we
gone
gotta
for
go.
45 minutes?
That's all right, but I'm back.
Okay, so Bloody can
And there's
talk all
one
he
less
wants.
voice.
Bloody was taking your spot, sucker. Shut your mouth. Anyway, so
Hey, what y'all talking about?
nothing live. We talking about fanny packs.
I was
Anyway,
there. I was just going there.
bro, we talking about fanny packs. You got
Oh,
I know
okay.
you got a fanny pack live.
Nah, I ain't never even.
Oh,
You
my
got a
God.
fanny pack. I saw you walking around Brooklyn with a fanny pack. I mean New Jersey with a fanny pack.
Nah,
His daughter be
bro.
carrying him in a fanny pack.
I know, right? Because he's like 5'2". Anyway, no, let's shut up. Anyway, so no, because this is the last topic. We're going to talk about the predictions and hopes. So because we ain't got time to do that, because I don't want to go over 3 hours. We at 2:21. So all I want to say on this though is that Xbox has a very fantastic way to make this work, but they have to be very smart and lethal at the same time. For them to pull gold away, which I don't like, I see people bitching about, oh, these games are trash. These are free games. I am not going to complain about free games. Listen, I came from the era where I had to go to Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and other places to just rent games if I didn't have the money to go buy those games. And to now being in a situation where we get free games because I pay a subscription, to me to complain and bitch like I'm elite, get the goddamn silver spoon out your mouth and get back to what you all about. Yeah, silver, gold spoon, whatever.
They got bronze spoons. That's why they complain.
No. Like get that bullshit out your mouth and get back to what the hell that you really are. Stop that. Because you're full of bullshit. You're full of garbage. Free games are free games. Even if you don't like them or not, you don't have to download them, but free games are acceptable. So even when I see people, and there's people that I like, that I have no problem with, when they sit there and they snarl up and they put their pinky in the air and talk about, Game Pass, it's just unacceptable for me. I just don't like it. Really, motherfucker? So why you don't have every game why are you e-begging? I see you on other places and saying, man, I would love to get this game.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I know. There's plenty of people. There's plenty of people. There's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of people.
Yeah, I saw some people crying.
How is it that you throwing your pinky in the air talking about Game Pass, trashy, no. But yet you e-begging, asking for other people to buy your goddamn games.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Stop it. You're a fraud. Because everything that I get, I'm appreciative. Even the free games that I may not even know about, that I might not even care about, I still download them because you know why? I came from humble beginnings.
Facts.
And I know exactly where it was when I wanted a game, or even if I didn't know I wanted that game, but when I got a chance to play it, oh, that game is not bad at all. So when we got these people that want to try to throw that pinky up in the air, try to act like, oh, I buy every game that there is, they're liars. They're garbage. They're lying to you. If they're buying the games, it's because people over there hitting up their super chat, hitting up their Patreon, hitting up and giving them free games for fucking free because they're begging for them. They begging for them. Stop that shit. I'll take any goddamn free game, if any way possible, because I know where I came from and I'm appreciative for any game that I get. Period. So anyway, let me go ahead and close this out on that topic before we get to the last one.
First of all, business sense. It don't make sense to make free games not playable when you still playing on Azure servers. That's number one. Number two, they are not going to drop live and make people jump into Game Pass. It's called options. Just like there's Ultimate and then there's Game Pass. You choose to be in what you choose. Everybody don't want to be in Ultimate. They just don't. That's why people have options. Like you got the people raising their pinky. Oh, you don't like Game Pass? Don't buy it. You still got to play. You still got to pay for live. They're generating so much money on live. No, I will. They're generating so much money on live. Why would they shoot themselves in the foot and eliminate a service? That's not business sense. And what I always say, people talk business, but you don't own nothing. Everybody's some type of analysts and market leading. And let's stop. Let's be real here. If everybody was as smart as they pretend to be on Twitter, the United States would be a better place, and around the world.
Yeah.
Stop with the fraud. Y'all not businessmen. You ain't out here. You're a gamer. Stick to gaming. Stop saying what Microsoft should be doing. Free games is free games. Why you care? Don't download it. What is your problem? You just look for things to talk about. And it's not the majority of people complain about free games. It's the idiots. You're an idiot. It's free. Every game is not a grand slam game. I need that. But sometimes a game come out and it's free. I go, oh yeah, I'm adding that. I'm downloading that. And you can't say that's not even a fact. That's on both consoles. All y'all do is complain. This is the generation of the gamer that whines. The gamer that whines. Everything is a problem. They're not eliminating those services. They're not going to force you into Game Pass. Of course they would like people to subscribe, but they're making a ton of money already. I told people last year the number was over 10 million. Everybody's like, Lemon's crazy. Now the numbers come out. What, you think I had a crystal ball? No, I saw a financial report. That's how I knew. So stop getting out here.
And Game Pass is over 90 million subscribers.
And stop getting out here and pretending you're some market analyst. You're a goddamn gamer. Some of us is real smart. That's why people be listening to podcasts, to learn something. But the frauds out there who try to make the narrative, I wasn't on Game Pass in the beginning. K-Mega and 100 will tell you. Everybody here, I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. I buy everything. I buy whatever I want. But now when they start doing first party, day ones, ultimate versions, if you get like with Ultimate, they announced that last year. You're going to get the ultimate version of Gears 5 if you're an Ultimate guy. Oh, we started looking at each other like this in the press conference. Really? Oh, it's worth it now.
Yeah, I mean,
everything first party jumping in there, whether you like it or not.
Hey, the first person and we all know our boy Don. You know what I'm saying? Our boy the Don. You know what I'm saying? Ride with a Jaguar with suicide doors. You know, this man right here, he don't need to. He can buy any game he wants to, right? But in first he was on that. I don't believe in Game Pass. I said, look. Your punk ass gonna be regretting it, because when there's gonna be a game that pops up when everybody else is gonna be playing and you don't have it because you want to be frugal, you're gonna be like, damn, you know what? Maybe Game Pass ain't so bad. And then all of a sudden, what happened to Don? That Game Pass is life.
But hold on, when they first announced it, we went off the first announcement.
Yeah.
We didn't go off the growth, so it's not a bad thing what Don said. It's not a bad thing what I said. It wasn't for us.
No.
Day one.
It wasn't. It's not a bad thing.
I'm not knocking the people. No. I'm not knocking Don. I'm not knocking for anybody else that sits there and says that they're not into Game Pass. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, though, is that that Don and the people that think like him had this thought process, and you included, had this thought process. They had this thought process that it cheapens the experience. No,
I didn't say that.
I'm saying, well, that's how I looked at it. Like, how the
No, I didn't say
I'm
that.
paying a fee every.
Let me not cuss you out for a whole hour.
Yeah.
But I said,
Well,
I
Honey
said
was
the
in his
only reason
ass.
Game Pass
I
worked for
was
me
just
because I
like,
bought
okay,
everything day
whatever. I
one,
think
and
you're
I bought
silly.
collector's edition.
I told Don, I
getting
said, I think you're
exclusive day
silly.
one.
This because
But that wasn't in the beginning 100. That
It
was
was
after.
at the beginning. I had
No, it
everything.
wasn't. No,
Yes,
it wasn't.
was. Think about it. I'm in the
Oh my
the
God! Here we
super
go with
preview
the
program. I
big
had stuff
green.
day one.
Stop it.
No,
Yes, I
Stop
did.
it.
I have everything. I had it day one.
But okay, the point of the matter was
Oh, my
this though.
Lord.
Overall,
I'm in the preview program. I had that stuff
So
day
am
one.
I.
I didn't have to pay. You didn't believe in it.
Okay.
I didn't have.
No,
we
there was
had
a
to
lot of
pay
people
for
that
the
didn't
first
believe
6
in it.
months.
There was a lot of people
but
that
hold
believe
on.
in it.
Y'all taking what I said out of. I didn't say I didn't believe in it.
No,
they didn't
I know.
announce. Listen, let me finish.
All right,
they
go
didn't
ahead.
announce first party support to close to E3 last year that everything was going in there. That was not a day one announcement of Game Pass. Stop it.
If you go do your little assignments that you're supposed to be doing to supporting
You
the
talking about
preview
you
program,
talking about
it
alpha
would have
perks.
told
Don't
you.
got nothing to do with what I'm
It would have
talking
told
about.
you. It said it would have told you. How would you feel?
This dude is
that
crazy.
You know that thing about it. See, like I say, you was going off of what you wanted to go off of. When you sit there and you go do all them assignments, they give you all them quests and all that
Son,
other
I
stuff.
do that.
They
What I
told you.
said was, but you taking what I said out of context.
But they told
what
you.
I
And they
said was,
day
and I want
one. They didn't
no,
tell the
100. I
public
want you to
that.
pay attention.
They
I want you
didn't
to
tell
pay
the
attention to what I
public that,
said.
but they told us
Listen,
that every exclusive is there, and I told you that personally.
That was not
I
day
told you
one.
that in the comment. I said
That wasn't day one, son.
I said day one every exclusive was coming, and Mega was right there in the party with me. I cussed you out for about an hour.
What I'm saying is,
And I
I
was
said I
sold.
buy everything day one. I'm not gonna be waiting for Game Pass to get it. That's what I said.
But how game
and that's a
you got
fact.
with
And
the Game
but hold
Pass
on.
to get? I said no, but I
That
told you.
is a
I said
fact
this,
though. And I
but
ain't talking about
told you
just first
every
party.
exclusive.
I'm talking about games in general.
But no one has told you that.
Don't
It
take
wasn't
what I
fair.
said out of context. I said when they announced at E3,
Nobody
with
didn't.
Gears 5
Nobody, I don't think
Ultimate.
anybody heard when I had to say it. I was
you're
sober.
talking about two different things. One is talking about Ultimate. You talking about Game Pass. Period.
Exactly. Come on, man. Don't change the narrative, man. Stop bleeding green.
Waiting the 4
That's what I do.
He's talking about.
But you still taking what I'm saying out of context. I didn't act like I was too bougie for it.
you was
I said
sitting there,
I buy things day one.
And
I'm not waiting for
taking,
nothing.
And I'm not taking anything out of context for anybody for Don. I'm just saying what
Don ain't here to defend himself, but I'm here.
And for and the new Nukums and the Supersonics and all them, like those are the people that I was kind of like trying to express to them, like, look, man, this is important because when that game comes that you want more than anything, because it's going to get to that point where I don't give a fuck how much money that you have disposable. It's eventually going to come down to where I got to pay bills or I can buy a couple of games. And then when you got Game Pass, then it's going to be a lot more easier to be like, oh, I can get that game that I've been wanting from Xbox, and I can get that third-party game that I've been wanting as well. And that's what I was trying to make the notion to not only to Don, but only to also to Noof and to Supersonic and to even you. And 100 was trying to do it as well, but it was more of the thing of it's like, so I mean, live.
I said we'll see. You know, I was optimistic. I said, but I know I'm a day one buyer.
Well,
I buy collection editions.
Live sound frustrated. Live, what did you got to say? What did you got to say, Live?
Oh no, I wasn't even talking about that.
Oh, okay. You talking about something else?
Yeah,
okay.
so
All right.
I don't change the narrative. Somebody, I said I'll see. And when they started they improve. Like Ultimate, I'd rather have Ultimate than just Game Pass.
I want
the Ultimate version. No, but Ultimate is all. It is all. I didn't. Game Pass is cool. But when I get Halo 5, if they got a collector's edition, that don't mean nothing to me. I'm going to buy that $300-$400 version of that game. Don't matter. That's what I do.
I get that, but it's not about what you do. It's about that's I think overall where because I don't even see Chris Hart even saying anything in the comments because he can't.
Yeah, he ain't here talking.
Because Sony can't. Because deep down in his soul, in his heart, in his being, he knows that he would love Sony to offer the same type of the same type of service that what Game Pass is. And the thing of it is when it doesn't matter what kind of money, what your economic situation is. It's all about inclusion and getting everybody on board. And that's the thing of it that where PlayStation is still stuck on.
Well,
Xbox is progressing.
Let me respond to somebody. First of all, Vodka, my argument is not stuck up. I buy what I want to buy. I said it might not appeal to me because I buy things day one. Right. That's not being stuck up. That's what it is. You see me do unboxings on my channel. I got more collectibles than dudes got games. I got more collection editions than dude got regular games. It's not about being stuck up. I like Ultimate. I think it offers the best bang for buck. I'm not knocking it. What I said was in the beginning, Game Pass was good, but they improved the service. They had to get somebody. If I'm a hardcore purchaser and I go out here and buy everything I want and I'm on Game Pass Ultimate, it got to be good. That's my point. I said in the beginning I was against it. Not against it in terms of, I would never. I ain't say that. I say, listen, they got to do more of that for me. So now that they did, I'm on board. I didn't say, I didn't do like 100. 100 jumped in day one. They could have been like Game Pass. It'll take away your games. 100 gonna go. Megatron. I'm doing it anyway.
What up, Megatron?
You ain't finna jump on me like that. Cause I was just trying to
get him 100. Don't let him jump on you like that.
You.
Hey,
you ain't finna go sit here.
Hey man, punch that sucker in his ribs, man.
I was trying to inform you because you didn't understand. And I kept on trying to tell you, I'm like, man, you gonna get this, and it's only this and this and this and that. And you were sitting there. You was like, man, I get everything. We're not saying you don't get everything. We're not saying you don't buy collector's editions. It's for people. Think about it. Game Pass ain't really made for us like that. It's made for the casual.
Right.
Thank you. That's what my point was.
Right. It's made for the casual. But Microsoft came out and said that we're only going to have. They start off 100 games.
But 100.
How many goddamn games in Game Pass?
But hold on. It's a lot. Okay. Let's back up for a minute, and then we're gonna have to get to the last topic because we're close to the end. All right, we got it.
Anyway, he's trying to sell water to the well. That's why. I got it. Shut up.
Limit. I just gotta ask you this one last question. I gotta ask you this one last question, right?
All
right. So I hear your point, and I hear other people's points that's just like you, right? But now, after you seeing the benefit of what it is, of what Game Pass offers, now have you changed your perception of what Game Pass is all about overall?
Oh, no question. Okay. No question. Like I said, but it's like when they mentioning anything. Remember, I kept saying, everybody's like, oh, they're going to charge for xCloud. I said, no, they're not. They're going to throw it in Ultimate. I've been saying it since they announced it. I said, they're going to make the service better because they're going to improve it the same way they did Game Pass. I've been saying that.
Yeah, but why is, that's why I want to ask a question to everybody. Why is this Game Pass, this xCloud to Game Pass Ultimate something new? The guy from Inside Xbox said this shit several months ago.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Well, this is why it's new 100 is because the person.
It's official.
This is This is why I was trying to save it for last, but you know what I'm saying. But of course we're going longer than what I anticipated. But the person that has been in charge of Xbox Live for the last 15 years has now left. Which means,
but why is it new where this guy was on Inside Xbox when Xbox first came out?
Bro, did you not hear what I just said? The person that has been in charge is gone. Why would a person that's been working for Microsoft for Xbox Live Gold, for Xbox Live for almost 20 years is now gone? All of a sudden, that means there's changes coming.
That don't mean that nothing changes
what
coming.
You
that
mean
that
don't mean like some...
I'll put this way.
Oh shit.
When people leave companies, they probably want a better opportunity. If you leave your company, you want a better opportunity. You get to run stuff. Somebody give you a managed position.
If he's been comfortable for 15 years, trust me, he's been making good money. He's been making good solid money.
Somebody think about it is he's probably thinking about. I'll put it this way: at the end of the day, we'll get tired of a whole lot of stuff. Man. And like I said, he's been doing it for so long. And somebody give him the bag.
If you listen to what he was saying,
just like Marky Bar got the bag.
If you listen to what he addressed, he was saying that it wasn't about. You know what I'm saying? What he addressed, he was saying, look. After 15 plus years of working for Microsoft for Microsoft Live, I decided to go ahead and make my other decision on going somewhere else. And then all of a sudden, here comes this situation where everybody is questioning what's
can't
going
mark
on.
that. You can't mark that out. That he could have
100.
been. That could have been his.
The
that
writing
been
is
his
on the
last,
wall. It's just
that
like
could have been his
Listen,
last
listen.
decision.
The writing
We
is
all
on the
talk
wall,
about
brother.
speculation,
That could have been his last
and
move.
we need to get to this last topic.
There's 100.
He got the bag, man.
100.
Don't we all want the bag? He got the bag. Mikey Barr got the
100.
bag.
There's
They want
speculation
the
and then
bag.
there's actual facts. There's just black and white
Ain't no
facts.
actual fact.
The
We ain't got
man
no actual fact.
left.
I'll put this
The
way.
man
If
is
you would've
deciding
told
to
me he came from
leave.
Sony,
Obviously, there's
if you told me
a
he came from
difference of
Sony,
opinion.
he gave what he said. I had a wonderful time at Xbox and Microsoft, this and this and that. I'm looking for a better, you know what I'm saying? He said, I'm going to look at a better opportunity. Come on.
Of course he's going to say he's not mad. He's got paid
nobody
for
from
15
Sony,
years.
when Sony leave, you ain't heard shit from Sony.
Why are we talking about Xbox? This has nothing to do with Sony.
But bro,
nothing to do with Sony.
No, but I'm saying you ain't hearing from the execs.
Why
you don't hear when they execs leave.
I'm
you
not
don't hear,
understanding
"Had a
why
wonderful time
everything.
at Sony.
I'm understanding why you're not
that."
understanding that
Mikey
Xbox
left,
is trying to make
when
a
Mikey
difference.
left to go run Epic, what'd he do?
All right, let's go to the last topic because obviously you're just not understanding the logic behind this. This is business.
Ain't no logic. It ain't logic.
Obviously, listen. If I've been working at a job for anywhere from 15 to 20 years, and then all of a sudden I decide to leave, this ain't a young guy. This is an older guy. This is a guy that's our age.
So Bush decided to leave to go do another job. My man, Rod Ferguson, he went over to Epic with Mikey.
But why did Rod
Because guess
Ferguson
what?
leave?
They
Why
gave
did
him
Rod Ferguson
control.
leave? Why did Rod Ferguson he was already at the pinnacle of where he was going to be. This guy wasn't. He was at the highest level of his division. So why would he want to leave?
But how he wanted something, a better opportunity. He wanted something, or some people will get it.
Okay.
Some people will take a job.
Don Matrick thought he went to a better job. But where's Don Matrick?
And they giving me the same amount of money.
Don Matrick left.
He's missing in action.
Don Matrick left too. What happened to that?
Don Matrick got ran off.
He didn't get ran off. He just said, "I'm out." He said, "I'm out."
They paid them to leave.
Yo, listen. Let's go to the last topic.
Last topic. Let's get the hell out of here so we can hit the 3 hours. We got 20. We got 19 minutes. So I'm gonna go to the people that's been quiet instead of 100's ass. 100. I cannot wait for you to host the show and give away a lock card. I cannot wait.
Get paid.
Anyway, all right. So here we go. All right. So last topic for tonight. The predictions about the show next week, which, of course, like I said, GRG next week. If you haven't tuned in, if this is your first time tuning in, next week was going to be the week because we'll either have a show where we're going to go in and be absolutely just insanely excited, or we're about to put foot to ass. It's going to be one of those shows. It's not that there is no in between. There is no, you know what? I wish that they did this. They wish they did that. No, for me, it's one or the other. Xbox killed it, or Xbox is about to get slammed by me like you never heard before. So this is where I'm going to go to Livewire first. Live. What is your predictions for what's coming next week? What are some of the games that you're hoping for that they'll show? They said it's an hour-long show, and they're saying that it's going to be nothing but games. There's not going to be no announcements for any other type of shit. Just only games. What do you think that they're going to show, and what do you hope that they show?
I really just want them to have a good showing. I don't really have any expectations other than I want to see dope visuals.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see high fidelity.
Well, you said you don't want expectations, but you want to see high visuals. So that is an
but I'm talking about what games, as far as like which. I don't have like any. I don't need it to be like I need a shooter and air, whatever. I just want the games to be dope. That's all I care about. Just blow. I want to have my mind blown, and I want it to be breathtaking. That's all. Like I need something better than what Sony showed.
All right.
I mean, because the best thing they showed me was, it's a good question.
Maybe the chat.
That I don't know what the hell that is.
That's 100's phone.
Oh man, he got shorties big blowing them up.
Mm-hmm. You probably sending the pictures or something. Go ahead.
Maybe, but yeah, I think I forget the name of that game with the dragon, but that was probably the best looking game I seen at Sony show, and that's not that's third party. So I just need Xbox to do better, show off next gen better. So yeah, that's what I want.
No doubt, no doubt. All right,
shit.
Let me go to the next person that's been quiet the most, and that is Slayer. Slayer, you've been absolutely quiet tonight, brother.
Yes, sir.
What are you anticipating? What is that? What is it that you're looking for? That you're hoping for that Xbox will present next week, man?
Anticipating? Oh man, I'm really anticipating this Halo, and for this other question, Halo is also the answer. I'm anticipating Halo, and I'm waiting to see Halo. This game's got to knock it out of the park. Frankly, Microsoft in general has to knock it out of the park. They have to improve. Show improve. This Thursday. And speaking of Thursday, you can join us. We will be live streaming on Thursday. Facts, right, Lemon?
Yes, sir.
All right. So yeah, we'll be there. So be sure to join us.
You get to see that live reaction or that live disappointment.
We shall soon see.
Yep.
It's a big day. It's a big day. A lot of talk has been talked, and time to show and proof. So I'm anticipating the whole spectacle of it. We already know we spoke before on all these rumors about this game, Perfect Dark, Fable, all these things. It's about time we see. This is all the first party, correct? No third party?
No third party, yeah.
No third party. It's all first party. It's what Microsoft has been working on all this time. We're going to see games. And then sometime in August, we'll get some other stuff. So just to reiterate, folks, this is first party games from Microsoft. These are the ones, all that money, all these developers, that's what we're going to see. No more, no less. Put it within that range of judgment only, folks. I don't want to hear no other crap about, they didn't do third parties. No, this is not third party, first party. And I'm done.
All right, okay, all right. Look like my boy is over here. He got things to do. He may have some pants off, dance off coming here a little bit later. All right, PK, what about
wink,
you,
wink.
brother? Oh, I know. PK, what up with you, bro? You there? All right. What's your predictions, and what's your hopes for what's coming Thursday?
Looking forward to finally give me a Battletoads release date. God, I was looking for this game all year. I know. Hey man, look, I love beat 'em ups. So
man, we didn't love it.
I do.
No.
1,000.
That game don't look good.
Hey man, look, I look good to me. Look good to me. I want it to be good. Okay.
Okay.
Streets Rage 4 give me a taste of the next gen beat 'em ups. I want more. I 1,000 that game, so I want more. But and generally, I'm excited to see what all the new stuff. Let's bring it on. I like to be surprised. I think we're going to get a lot of surprises. I think we're in for some good stuff. And that's kind of where I'm at. I don't want to spoil myself, so I kind of want to just leave it up to, and I don't want to be disappointed, so I'm not going to up my expectations. Just kind of wait and see. So that's where I'm at with it.
Nice, excellent.
I want to get this super chat.
There's two of them. So let me get this one from Eternal Lock, and I'll let you get the other one. Don Matrick got fired from Xbox. You absolutely right. He got his ass got the boot. Go ahead.
He almost got Xbox fired from Microsoft.
Yeah, I know, right? Xbox was almost about to be finito Titans.
Shout out to Christopher Fart with the $1.99 donation. This is about as large as his PlayStation 4 collection, but it is definitely appreciated. PlayStation 5 is the future of gaming. Facts. I can go with that. It is the future of gaming.
Oh yeah, no.
Future.
Yeah, no, I mean it is. The PlayStation 5 is the future of gaming.
The donation was as cheap as your collection though, but we're not gonna go there.
Facts. Anyway, all right. So PK was done. Live was done. I mean, everybody going quick. All right. So I'm gonna go to my boy. Bloody Knuckles.
Yeah.
What is, what is your hopes and your desires for Thursday. What's going on, man? What do you think that's going to be available for us coming here from Xbox?
One, I hope that we get to see more of Project Mara because I do love what Ninja Theory be working on. I was like, I want to see more about what they're doing with that psychological horror aspect of what they're doing. I want to see more of Hellblade 2. You know, we saw a good little glimpse of it almost a year ago now. You got to think that while it was in early developments and just starting, that was a year. So hopefully they got some sort of concept that they've been building up on. So hopefully they have something a little bit more to show from everything that they be doing. I want to see what new project in Exile has been working on because they've been saying that they've got a second project besides what they've been doing. I believe they were working on something besides Pillars of Eternity, which was their other project after they finished Wasteland 3. I want to see if the rumors of Fable are real. I've always been a Fable fan. I have all the collector's editions of Fable. I haven't played Fable The Journey on Connect. I don't give a shit. I actually enjoyed the story from that one. Anyone can fight me on that. But I've always been enjoying the Fable franchise. I never got into Perfect Dark. I played it first in the rare replay. But I would like to see a remake of it. I definitely think that the sci-fi espionage element would be something very unique that could definitely do well now because we've seen that the sci-fi genre has definitely come up, seen a lot more of obviously the love of things like Mass Effect, and the missing whole left kind right now because of Splinter Cell not really being around. I think people would love a real good stealth action shooter or anything like that. So kind of having that with a sci-fi element, I think would be a real cool take if they were to reboot Perfect Dark. That's just hopeful thinking. Obviously, I want to see more from Psychonauts 2. Big Double Fine fan. Absolutely loved the first one when I was a kid. So I've been waiting over a decade for the sequel. So I'm really looking forward to that. Kind of anything else other than that, yeah, I'm just ready to be surprised.
No doubt. Everybody's being quick. I thought we would be a little bit longer on that. 100 left out. So, okay. So I'll go ahead and I'll be the one to sign us out.
Nothing.
Like I said, I'll be the one to sign us out on everything. Okay. Go ahead.
He said he gonna sign out. He said, skip your ass.
Go ahead, Libby. Go ahead.
Ironically,
yeah, your voice got real high. Your thong must be tight too. You ain't Christopher Ford, but it's all right, bloody. I'm still your boy.
Look at this. Wait, what is this? What is this? What is that? Anyway, go ahead, bro. So what are you anticipating?
My biggest hopes is to see fresh new titles. Something that impresses us. Halo is always my go-to, but I'm not really looking forward to Halo. I'm really looking forward to what are these new studios bringing.
I should have cut you off a long time ago.
Bringing to the table. You already know they put $500 million in Halo. You know it's gonna be a banger. So that's not what I'm like. Oh my god, I need to see. I want to see what some new, fresh IPs. If they bring back the Perfect Dark, it was all right for me. Perfect Dark wasn't the end all be all as some Xbox people claim it was, but Fable would be a nice comeback. But I want to see fresh new IPs, new ideas, and new franchises that we can look forward to sequels. Maybe even, I would love to see, Rise, but that's not happening. So, yeah, that's where I really want to see it. And I want to see great graphics. I don't care. I don't want to hear frame rates. I want to see banging ass graphics. Banging, lighting, particles, reflections, race tracing. I'm a hardcore graphic dude, and yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see some sick graphics, man. Sick. Give me a reason why I'm picking up the Xbox Series X.
Would say he wants to see the power of that Ryzen.
Yeah, facts. I want to see the power. Don't show me a super version of Bug Snacks. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some good stuff.
Shut your mouth. You about to shut off. I'm about to just eject those cuz your ass.
Yeah.
Right, don't talk about that. And then listen, stop.
Talk about the mighty Bugsnax.
PK. Stop capping for your.
Man,
For your,
don't
for
be
your,
hating
for,
on Bugsnax. I already got that collector's edition. Let's go.
Nice, bloody. I love
Yeah, I'm gonna
it.
go to the fruit stand and pick up a couple of them too.
Hey, Bugsnax.
Ain't no lie. Bugsnax sound like some good candy though.
Hey, bro,
It
I'm
does.
telling you, man,
It does.
Bugsnax is hot. Listen,
As soon as it
PK,
sells 17 million,
stop capping for
they
your,
gonna come out
for
with
your
that candy
gameplay.
just for you, live.
You know what I'm saying? Because what you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do?
You're gonna be the spokesperson for Bugsnax.
If you keep capping for your gameplay, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, because you know all these suckers gonna be giving me gameplay, but I'll have to pull out something like Xbox does, like gameplay of the week or every, or you know what I'm saying, or the bye week gameplay list. You know what I'm saying? And then when K Mega wins every time, I don't, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna stop giving me gameplay because, you know what I'm saying? Your gameplay was cool, but it wasn't real. You know what I'm saying, on that Jay-Z tip.
Oh, you know what?
Oh.
Chris Hart brought up a good point. Bugsnax is coming to Series X, so I got that collector's edition already set for my
I mean,
Xbox.
it's gonna
Never
look
mind.
better.
I don't need it for the PlayStation.
Look,
Oh.
we
Are
see.
you really
Listen,
hating on my
I'm gonna cancel that PlayStation and get it on that Xbox. Never mind.
Right.
I'm gonna
You could be the other person over there getting smacked around. You know what I'm saying?
What did you say, PK?
Run from them strawberries, baby. Yeah.
You can be the one on the other end of that.
Listen.
Let the man have his weenie hand.
Your gameplay against my gameplay any day, and I'll win. It's not even a problem. I beat Xbox.
Where's your gameplay at? Where your gameplay
Oh, you know,
I
hold
showed
on,
my
let me say this for the
gameplay at the
record.
beginning of the show. And
Let me
right
say
after,
this for the
right
record.
after you
This is
saw
for
the
you,
Master
K-Mega.
Chief, after you saw Halo 5 trailer, then it was all K Mega shit. Shut up, Lemon. This is all K Mega's time.
No. This is something that you be always saying. You
Yes,
don't
sir.
play games like Dark Souls and all that. That game you was playing on PC that's coming to Xbox. That's a Dark Souls style game. You just like it.
No, it's not a Dark Souls game. Listen,
I said style. Style.
No, not even close.
I watched the gameplay. I watched your gameplay. Number one gameplay.
No. Check it out. Check it out.
Are you talking about Mortal Show? Because that's also coming to Xbox.
Because
and
no,
PlayStation.
because I recorded.
Why are you stuttering? You don't stutter.
I do stutter, but you know what
I
I'm do because I was over here trying to get myself together. I recorded gameplay, and I'm gonna have to do it again because it's gone, and I'm mad about it because I have to go through that game again. But I did record gameplay of Mortal Shell. That's awful. That game is dope, but that game is trash at the same time because it is Dark Souls incarnate. And I got pretty far actually because I didn't think I could, but
did you get to the boss? Did you get the boss?
Yes, I got to the boss, and well, because when I got to the different bodies and stuff, I was like, oh, this is hot. Like, okay, here we go. And then there was bugs, and there was other creatures, and I said, you know what, this game is dumb, but I did enjoy it, and I kept playing it, and that's
it's dumb in a good way. I was like, it
it's good and bad in a good way
because the fact that the dodge felt slow from what I'm used to. I was like, so it wasn't much of a feel, but I liked it. I was
Yo,
like,
we're not gonna go left. We're not gonna go left.
Well, we're not gonna go left. We're gonna get out of here.
We're not gonna go left.
Oh
And then
shit,
bring
we
that up
got
to start a whole
three
conversation about that crap.
We got 3 minutes, and we'll hit.
Yeah, let's go.
The 3
Let's
hour
go.
mark. Let's get out of here. What you mean? Let's go. Where you gotta go? You ain't got nowhere to go except to bed, old ass sucker. Shut your mouth. Anyway, so listen, check it out right here. You know what I'm saying? If K-Mac want to go another hour, I know that there'll be people that want to listen to us, right? Do people want to go another hour? Let's talk some Xbox news. No, I'm not. I don't. I got to stream.
Throw up them strawberries for Bugsnax for no.
hey, throw strawberries up for no. Anyway, all right, let's get out of here, man. I'm sorry, Slayer. I know that you wanted to talk about the Xbox velocity. And how.
Right.
Well, okay, so you got 1 minute. You got 1 minute.
No, I can't do it in
Bro,
1 minute. No.
You got 1 minute.
No, he said he can't do it, K-Mega. Come on.
I can't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't do it in 1 minute
Because
either.
I was gonna say, all that it looks like it's doing when they're showing the stuff from if there's stuff coming from Gears 5 that is going to the Series X. That's going to be so far advanced in anything that we've ever seen, which is, I know I sound like our president, I'm sorry, but it's great. It looks fantastic. But also, damn, hearing everything about what Xbox is doing and that the potential of it, that the SSDs is going to be.
Hurry up, you're killing time. Hurry up.
That's going to be faster than the PlayStation's SSDs. That's crazy. We'll get a chance to talk about that next week. I know you did. So let's get the hell out of here. We got 1 minute. Let's get out of. We got less than a minute. PK, where can they find you at, bro?
Here every Friday on GRG and find me on Twitter at PK.
Shut up. We out of here. All right. So Slayer, where can they find you at?
Everywhere. Done.
Shut up. Out of here. Slayer, where can they? Slayer. I'll say Slayer. Bloody, where can they find you at?
They can find me on Twitter and everywhere else at Bloody Nuts.
Shut up. Anyway, Livewire, shut up. All right, so Livewire, where can they find you at, brother?
Check out my Ghost of Tsushima gameplay on Livewire Gaming.
Nobody watching that.
Shut up.
Ain't nobody watching that shit.
Daddy Daycare.
Ain't nobody watching that shit, Daddy Daycare. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, all right.
Daddy Daycare.
They can watch me streaming Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central on my channel on twitchtv.com/BloodNux. Let's go.
All right.
And do some more Ace Combat.
Lemon, where can they find you at?
Right here.
Good night. Where can they find you at, Lemon? Go ahead, man.
108 Dragons TV on everything, man.
All right, cool.
We out.
All right, we out. Shut your mouth, because now it's K-Mega's time. I want to take about 5 hours. Hey, listen, K-Mega in the house. Thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you so much. We are out of here. Wow. Anyway, thank you for coming and checking out the podcast. We will see you next week after Xbox event. I cannot wait. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Come and check me out on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming right here in about another 30-40 minutes. I'm finna fix me a couple of bean burritos with some chips. Yeah, I know that sounds ghetto as fuck.
Have a funky situation.
I'm about to fart and everything. You want to hear me farting and shit while I'm cutting motherfuckers up? That's what's gonna happen. But anyway,
fart.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I'm going to be streaming that, so check me out on Twitch. Thank you guys for coming and checking out the show. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Dirt. Thank you, Megatron. Thank you, Locke. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for that 100 people that was on deck, man.
103 people. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen that in a long time since I've been on my hiatus, man. So thank you. All right, everybody have a good one.
Megatron, get on live. Get on live, Megatron.
Good night. Peace.
Fart. Bug snacks.
Gaming news.
He's gonna pass all his bitches back. Fart.
Yo.